Runtia will be on self-discipline for the time being and Ran, Vigo will each return one of the family's prestigious swords that are in your possession. Vigo questioned Mother, what do you mean return a sword? Rosa said if I could have it my way, I would have confiscated all the prestigious swords that the two of you have, so you should be grateful that I am leaving it at that. Rosa thought, what you will do now, youngest, in this situation where I have dragged in your siblings who are unrelated to this, will you pretend and instead punish me? Or will you be content with this degree of favoritism and become conceited? Show me how you will resolve this situation. Jin said, Mother, I really like the mission that my sisters have assigned me. Rosa replied, are you saying that despite knowing what type of place the Cologne ruins is? Jin said yes, it's the part of the Zippel territory that Runkendel tried to occupy in the past but failed. I understand that it's a dangerous place, but I have no intention of backing down in this fight. I think the mission you've assigned to me is perfect. It's true that it's a dangerous land, but I don't believe this is an irrational decision. You must decided that I simply have that much ability. Is that not the reason why you issued me this mission? Rosa said, how reckless, or are you trying to figure your mother out? Jin said, no. If we were to suddenly change who the mission is assigned to, that would be the same as admitting to those associated without family that our management is sloppy. Rosa said, our associates would not suspect us of such a thing. Your sisters simply aim to harm you, as they cannot fight you directly. They are trying to use their authority instead. Jin replied, that is what I wish to say, Mother. If I were to fight my sisters head-on, I would lose, but if I were to succeed in this mission I would be dealing a significant blow to them. In other words, this is a fight I have a chance of winning. Rosa said the Cologne ruins are a place where you could die if you assess things incorrectly. Do you have confidence? Jin said yes. Also, I have one thing I'd like to request. If I return after successfully completing this mission, please give me possession of the swords that my older brothers have returned, as this is a mission you have concluded is dangerous. Mother, I believe I should at least be rewarded this much. Ran said, brother, they are swords we've returned, so why? If you want one so much, I will hand you one of the ones I own. So just give up on this mission. Don't you think you should at least remain alive until father returns? Jin said, what an odd thing to say. If that were so important, you would have stopped my sisters before they assigned me this mission. Rosa said, enough. If you succeed in this mission, I will give you your brother's swords. You are all dismissed. Rosa thought I was worried that the youngest would turn out like Luna, so I trampled on the other's pride, but it seems it was not necessary. I am sure Chiron will be happy when he finds that the youngest is growing well. Soon, and said, well, you think you will get lucky this time too? Jin said, I wonder, you might not know this, but I am not a very lucky person. Ne said, you won't be able to act so composed for much longer. This mission is not a solo mission, you won't be alone this time. Jin replied, thank you for your consideration. Sisters, then I will see you again. Afterward, the left-hand side guy said, I'd like to formally give you my greetings. I am Mile Haas and I will be going on this mission with you. The right is Lima Haas. Miles said, it's an honor to go to battle with you. I'd like to ask for your forgiveness regarding my mistake the other day. Kajin said, the same goes for me. Jin said, right, we will leave the past where it belongs. Let's get along. Jin thought, what do you mean an honor? So all three of them are in Mu and An's faction. Are they planning to backstab me since it's already a dangerous location? Miles said, then I will begin the briefing on this mission. This mission is a retrieval mission. The location is the Cologne ruins. The artifacts to retrieve are 4 guns. Cologne ruins. Originally, it was a place where several thousand natives had founded a settlement, but it is currently Zippel territory and is associated with the Phalon kingdom. Although Cologne was discovered several hundred years ago by the Zippel family, the Zippel that had discovered the Cologne ruins and natives then had slaughtered or enslaved the majority of the natives. Of course, they say the Zippel family now respects the natives, but that's merely on the surface. Although they appear to be respected, they are in truth salves, and the lives and rights of these natives are not a very important matter to the majority of people, so it gets ignored. Jin thought the reason the Zippel family had spared the lives of the natives was to have them manage Cologne's environment and is merely an act to make up for their past oppression. Normally, the Zippel family seeks rational rule, and their people offer their loyalties naturally. However, the Zippel family of the past would go too far. If there was a reason that the Zippel family would forsake their public image to hang on to the Cologne ruins, then it must be the mirror-shaped artifact that the natives had hidden away. The existence of the mirror itself is top secret in the Zippel family, but thanks to the work of a brave journalist in my past life, the full truth had been revealed. The report that journalist had written contained a testimony about the fact that the Zippel family had committed such atrocities because they were aiming to excavate a certain artifact. After getting testimonies from the natives, the name of that artifact was revealed to be the Fountain of Mana. It was an item that, even if you were to simply look at it, would raise your magic power to the 7th star. With that as a foundation, the Zippel family would create mass-produced magicians. The process of creating mass-produced magicians would begin 10 years from now. Thus the Zippel family has not yet discovered the Fountain of Mana. This time I will not allow those Zippel bastards to take it. Soon, Mal said the magicians are returning. These 2 places are where the Zippel and outside magicians stay. The artifact we're looking for is in the 3rd warehouse. Jin said a surprise attack by itself would not be difficult, but there will be detection magic. Kajin said, don't worry, young master. No matter what the situation may be, the 3 of us will protect you with our lives. Jin replied, all right, thanks. If we take into consideration our safety when we return, we will have to manage our stamina. We will take a brief rest. We will begin our surprise attack after an hour. Take 1 each. Now then, I will be going alone. So sleep well. Calm down, it's just a sleeping pill. What do you mean? No, are you trying to tell me that you came here to kill me? I would have suspected you less had you acted as arrogant as you normally do. I wonder, is it only natural for a dog to follow its master's orders? Soon, Jin secretly killed 2 and wonders it does not seem like there are any other guards outside either. A simple lock without any alert magic cast on it. Well, they do let normal people look around the 3rd warehouse sometimes too, so I guess the Zippel family does not consider it to be all that important. Let's have a look inside. A magic circle of blood and detection? It's known by the masses as security magic to discern pure bloods and bloodlines, but it actually discerns between humans and demonic beasts, and it can also discern humans who have fallen victim to epidemics. As such, as long as it's a normal person's blood, it does not matter whose blood is spilled. That's why there's no need to use my own blood and leave behind evidence. The first alert magic was pretty simple. Now where's the artifact? Suddenly, Jin thought I used an unconscious guard's blood, so I definitely used human blood. Still, the magic circle of blood and detection activated, which means he was diseased, or he was not human. Damn it, what is this? Jin cast Wind of Silence, and thought any surrounding magicians can detect magic power, so I wanted to minimize my use of magic, but the situation has changed. However, it looks like I won't be able to avoid any fights. Jin said, it seems like you know that aura is a dangerous power. Then Jin noticed enemies start regenerate. Jin thought that kind of regeneration speed can only be seen in upper-class demonic beasts. However, those 2 are not demonic beasts. They were human just a minute ago. This is Zippel territory. Countless magicians pass through here. The natives are oppressed. These mysterious monsters are the living golems. Creating living golems is a grave crime. Did the Zippel family use the Cologne ruins as a laboratory of sorts to perform experiments regarding forbidden magic? Living golems possess strength and speed of lower 4-star automations, but that's all. Their movements are less refined than a 4-star knight that's received proper training. Fighting against them is not difficult. Normally, the magic armaments known as golems don't stop their movements, even if they receive a great amount of damage. In exchange, everything is over once a golem's core is destroyed. Its head, heart or abdomen. The core is usually in one of those 3 places, and even forbidden living golems are no different in this regard. Its strength and speed has not fallen at all, rather it's become more aggressive. If not its head, then there's only one place left. Jin successfully took down both golem. Jin thought the magic was about to be released. That was close. Suddenly, he heard the golem just now said, please kill me. Jin wonders, I don't know what happened to these people, however not a single person on this planet would want to become a living golem of their own volition. That is especially true because once you transform, you become a consumable with no future ahead of you. Now's not the time to get angry. A sudden situation happened, and I witnessed this gruesome side of Zippel. I suspect that my sisters had already known of this before they ordered me on this mission, but that does not mean my mission is called off. Even if I report this truth to the world, the Zippel family will find a way to cover it up, because making living golems is a crime severe enough to get pressured by the Empire's investigation agency for, even if it has not been proven. I will collect the evidence for now and continue my mission. Of course, if it's the Zippel family, they might even be able to negate the investigation entirely. This is not a problem the current me can solve. The mages have not taken any big steps yet. It means most mages think that this is just a plain old basement. If they had known that the sentry was a living golem, they would not have been so sloppy with guarding it. Therefore not everyone in the Cologne ruins is involved in this forbidden magic. The security magic on the stone slates is simple, but the ones on the plates are quite a pain. Jin said, well, You usually have to put a lot of effort into diffusing security magic. But since 2 of the people who became living golems have died, Zipple will have to bury whatever mess I make in here, so I will take it in a fiery way. Exploding flame. Meanwhile, Luna madly yell, "You fucking bastards," sending Jin to Zipple territory. Are you in your right minds? He's 10 years younger than you guys. Why did you do that? Muse said, "Sister Luna, are you really asking because you don't know?" Luna replied, "And if I am, what will you do? Are you telling me the flag bearers of the family have started a hierarchy battle with the youngest of the intermediate class? Flag bearer against flag bearers? Non-flag bearers against each other? Was not that the unspoken rule of this war? Be ashamed of yourselves. Even I am embarrassed that you guys are flag bearers of the family at this point." And said, "Sister, usually you never care about our hierarchy battles. With what authority are you?" Luna replied, "If you guys won after challenging Jin, I would never had said anything. The youngest has succeeded in the Cologne ruins quest. He's probably reporting it to Mother around now. Now, do you see why I said you should be embarrassed? In the end, you gave him the wings he needed to soar. I wonder if a situation where a sabotage failed so miserably like this has ever happened in the history of the Runkendell family. Leave. And from what I've observed, Jin is not the merciful type. The 2 of you should be careful from now on. I am only saying this out of serious concern for you guys. Although it started going wrong somewhere, you 2 are still my younger siblings. Soon, Luna's nanny said to put your hand on your siblings as soon as you return to the house. I thought puberty hit you again. Luna said, "What kind of puberty would hit at my age?" Luna's nanny said, "Your puberty phase was not very noticeable. I worry for the 2 ladies. Knowing the young master's personality, he will never forget about something like this." Luna questioned, "Do you also think that they will be no match for Jin?" Luna's nanny replied, "Yes. In 5 years, I think they won't be able to face him in a proper fight as well. So I could say their remaining lifespan is about 5 years. Luna said, "Don't say something so gruesome. They are still related by blood. Anyway, have you researched what I asked last time?" Luna's nanny said, "Well, it's not the 2 ladies. They were in the intermediate class at the time, so there was nothing to look into." Luna said, "That makes sense. It would not be Mary or Yona nor the Tona twins." Luna's nanny said, "Then the remaining suspects are Master Joshua, Master Diffus, Masters Ran, Vigo, and Rundia. Aside from Masters Ran and Vigo, I cannot rashly investigate the others." Luna replied, "Yeah. Since the other 3 are known for their deception skills, you will probably get a headache trying to investigate them. Let's just watch them for now. You will only get put into uncomfortable situations taking care of all my suspicious." Luna's nanny said, "You thought well, miss, even with the assassination attempt, the young master is growing well. You don't have to worry too much." Back to Jin, he told Gilly and Murik, "And I am back." Gilly said, "Thank goodness you came back safely. But it was such a dangerous place. If something went wrong, I would have given up my life to get revenge." Murikin said, "Sweet strawberry cake. Why would you say something so scary? Kid, do you finish your report as well?" Jin said, "Yes. People will probably say I completed the mission with outside help, but I don't care about anything like that right now. Anyway, look at this, the heart of a living golem." Murikin said, "You are pretty lucky, huh? Seeing that you returned safe. The golem was probably a failed experiment. Did you find it at the Cologne ruins?" Jin said, "The 2 guards of the basement turned into monsters and jumped into me. They regenerated every time they got hit, and this came out when I pierced their hearts." Murikin thought, living golem. Last time it was a graveyard giant and now a living golem. These Zipple bastards, what are they up to? Murikin said, "Anyways, if what you say is true, this is Zipple's doing. Since that ruin was the property of Zipple, later you and me, let's go to Cologne again. I want to personally ask them what is going on." Jin thought, "I don't want to go back because of the living golems, but I will be much safer with Murikin. If I am lucky, it might even be a chance to find the Fountain of Mana. Because no matter what kind of mess we make the Zipple family has to do their best to hide it." Jin said, "Okay, I will make some time." Soon after the mission, Kajin and the Haas brothers returned to Runkendell on their own, but Muidan took away their cadet qualifications and kicked them out of Runkendell. Kicking out cadets who have officially completed a mission was a cruel punishment, but no one felt any sympathy for them. In June 1795, Zed said, "Stop. From today onwards, youngest, your clear rock training is over. Only the Tona twins need to come out from tomorrow. And Jane, you don't need to attend the morning training with the other cadets anymore, either. Next week, the family head will give you some kind of pledge." Tona twins whisper, "There's no way father would give the youngest the qualification of a trainee flag bearer. right? A trainee flag bearer has to leave Runkendel to amass honor, right? You have to act on your own, without any support from the family. Jin thought finally, I don't have to get scrutinized by others anymore. I can build my strength however I want. Meanwhile, Khan said we will be reaching the Garden of Swords in 2 hours. Chiron said that son of mine I had in my later years keeps disturbing my training. I was thinking of staying shut up in the Black Sea for 10 years, but how many times does this make it now? Khan said I felt that young Master Jin was out of the ordinary, even when he was in the Storm Castle. However, I did not know it was to this degree. The things he has been doing in the Garden of Swords truly shocked me. His fighting spirit is not normal despite being a small child. His eyes betrayed deep regrets when I first saw him at the Storm Castle. Chiron said though I think he's been trying to hide it. I can't forget how he provoked his siblings as soon as he arrived at the Garden of Swords either. I am sure nobody had taught him about it. But the youngest instinctively knew of the rule of crushing and breaking your opponent. Those other brats knew that and tried to hold him down. But just look, he survived and came back every time his siblings dropped him into the jaws of death, and he's now a 5-star. Khan said rather than Mamid and the Cologne ruins, I am more intrigued by the first mission that you gave him, Patriarch. He fought one-on-one with a white wolf tribesman and won. Chiron said, and with that, he meant to prove the weight of his beliefs that he declared to me. Khan questioned, do you truly believe that he defeated a white wolf tribesman on his own? Chiron said, I do. But well, strictly speaking he did not do it by himself. Anyway, he's a fun kid. I will have to ask him about that this time. Rosa said, we've been waiting, Patriarch. Chiron said, you've done well. Rosa replied, no. Joshua prepared it on his own, so I did not have to do anything. Chiron said, if, as you say, these grown-up children were doing well on their own, then there would not have been any need for me to leave the Black Sea. The guest we will be receiving today will be overly conscious of me. Does not this make things more difficult for our children? Rosa said, that's true, please, come inside. Chiron noticed Jin's sword and said, Ran, Vigo, did you give the youngest swords I allowed you to take as a gift? Ran said, the youngest stole them from us. We agreed to give them to him if he succeeded in the Cologne ruins mission. Chiron laughed and said, that's good, make sure to steal it back. The youngest is quite shrewd, is not he? Sometimes I wonder if he really is my son. Soon, Jin wonders in my past life. Thanks to my teacher I did attend a couple banquet held by other families, but this is my first time at a banquet held by the main branch. Even on the rare occasion that a banquet was held, I hid myself like I was a criminal, but now I've become the guest of honor alongside my father. After dying once, of course. Chiron said, I am sure you know this, but our family very rarely hosts a banquet. This is because we only host a banquet on occasions that truly deserve celebration. This means that the achievements you've attained are that noteworthy. Jin replied, thank you, father. Chiron questioned, how many guests do you think we will have? Jin replied, I guess around 1,000. Chiron said, correct. It has increased by around 200 people since the last time we held one 7 years ago. Do you know what that means? Jin said, it means that our family's authority has grown since 7 years ago. Chiron said, other families will occasionally host banquets with 1,000 people, but all 1,000 of the guests gathered here today are outstanding people. For 7 years I've done nothing but continue my training, killing demonic beasts in the Black Sea. Even so, the fact that our family's authority continues to rise is because I am the only Genesis Knight in this era. This means that if I were to disappear, it's possible that the majority of the people here would turn their backs on the Runkendel family. Jin thought that's correct. If father were not here, the Runkendel family would not have this much authority. Our family is one of the 2 major families alongside the Zippel family. But the moment father disappears, the gap in military might between our families will widen significantly. If that were to occur, the Zippel family would become the greatest power. Jin said, father, if you were not here, and those people were to turn their backs on us and the Zippel family were to oppress us and push us into a corner, then I would abandon the family. If the Runkendel family were to collapse because you were not here, then that would be a sign of the next patriarch's incompetence. I have no intention of dying a worthless death under such a patriarch. Also, how many of their weaknesses does our family possess? Chiron said, weaknesses? Jin replied, yes. In exchange for returning the sword I stole from my brother Vigo, I asked for him to show me our family's commission contracts, which only flag bearers are allowed to read. The head of the Vernga family tricked the emperor and pocketed the empire's treasures, but, thanks to us, they can shamelessly attend this banquet. The clever family has recently asked us to kill magicians of the Zippel family. Harold's daughter once sold her family's treasures behind their backs to feed her gambling addiction and asked for us to recover it. She also has not paid the commission fee yet. With just a brief glance, I've obtained so many bladeless weapons, there must be many more weapons contained in the secret contracts that only you and Mother are allowed to view. Chiron said, so are you saying that even without me around, you would be able to protect the family with those? Jin replied, if a patriarch that is not a Genesis Knight were to lead the Runkendell family, then it would all depend on the next patriarch's negotiation abilities. Chiron said, that's correct. However, we are not the only ones holding such weaknesses. The Zippel family has just as many as we do. Jin said, I am sure that's true. However, the Zippel family would never be able to justify wielding such things, because playing the role of the villain is the Runkendell family's job. Regardless, if the next patriarch is unable to utilize these weapons properly, despite possessing this many of them, I would abandon the family without a second thought. Then I'd make preparations to take revenge on the Zippel family, no matter it takes how long. The other children don't have the courage to make the presumption that the Runkendell family will fall in front of me, so they would say conceited things or whine. But the youngest, he reveals his beliefs clearly with a level head. It's a shame that I had in my later years. It feels like he possesses all of Luna's talent, Mary's wild nature, and Diffus's fighting spirit. 10 years for sure, but 15 at most. That's how long I will be able to guard the seat of the patriarch. It looks like I will be able to watch and see if the youngest will grow to flip the line of succession on its head. This is what Chiron thinking. Chiron said, it seems that most of our guests have arrived. Let's start heading in. Also, there is something I wish to speak with you about after the banquet ends. Remain waiting until you are called for. Jin thought the qualification to be a reserve flag bearer. It seems I will have to leave the family temporarily after the banquet ends. The 4 days the banquet will last for will feel quite long. Suddenly, housekeeper yelled, a guest without an invitation has arrived. Jin thought, an uninvited guest. It can't be. The Zippel family? Chiron said, how impudent. Tell Andre Zippel to screw off, and tell his family members to come in. Don't tell them yourself. Order your servants too. Jin thought, it's true that Andre Zippel made a rude visit, but I did not think he'd refuse the second in command of the Zippel family entry while curing him off like this. Chiron questioned, do you think I am treating him too roughly? Jin replied, no. I think this is quite satisfying. The moment Andre Zippels reveals his displeasure and leaves with his family, he will be ignoring the Runkendell Patriarch's order to allow his family in. That is something that should never happen in the Garden of Swords. Chiron said, it's exactly as you said. Andre will do as I say. If not, he will have to head back with 2 of his legs cut off. Soon, Chiron said, thank you all for coming here. Having given birth to a fine son in my old age, it seems I will finally be able to relieve myself of my burdens. As such, I'd like for you all to express your gratitude to my youngest son, Jin Runkendell. As you all know, there are only 2 rules you must follow at a Runkendell banquet. If you end up in a fight after drinking, follow the Guardian Knights to the arena. The loser is to submit themselves, and the winner is to show mercy. This is a banquet after all. Jin thought there are around 1,000 or so people that have great influence over the continent here, and they are tangled in a web of favor and spite. If this were just a peaceful party, the most they would do would be to glare at each other and leave. But this is a party hosted at the Garden of Swords. If you just abide by the 2 rules my father has laid out, even if you can't kill your enemy, you'd be able to beat the living daylights out of them. On top of that, you'd be able to show everyone who is truly superior. At any rate, this sure is one crazy family. Chiron told Jin, you too. If there's someone you like, drag them out. However, it can't be someone that looks weaker than you, as long as they have not insulted you or the family. That is. Jin replied, yes, and I am sure a loss is not allowed either. Chiron said, that's obvious. If so, I'd take back everything from you. Everything from Bradamante, which is a given to your nanny. Jin thought, it's my first time having a conversation like this with my father. I would never have even dreamed of something like this in my past life. But we've been conversing like a father and son this entire time. However, my goal in this life is neither the kind of paternal love, nor is it to be a loving son. My only goal is to surpass you, father. Tona twins told Jin, congrats on becoming a 5-star. Do you mind if we stand by your side for a bit? Jin replied, of course not. How's the clear rock training going recently? Hey, Tona said, things are getting better. After using the weapons that Uncle recommended to us, things have gotten a lot better. Jin said, good to hear, and leave after acting just enough to look natural. A man told Jin, it's a pleasure to meet you. Jin said, you are the first flag bearer of the Ken family. I've heard many impressive tales of your heroic exploits since I was young, sir. Another guy catched Jin's head from behind and said, I was just dying to know what kind of kid would end up a 5-star at 15. You sure are a kid, kiddo. You look around 10 years younger than me. Nice to meet you. My name's Wooger. Jin replied, I see. Wooger said, you sure are one amazing kid. Are you really gonna put me to shame like that? Cause I spoke a little informally. Even if you are a Runkendel, in the world of martial artists, I am still your senior. Jin said, listen well, Wooger of the Tuko family. Your actions just now have insulted me as well as the people that have acted respectfully to me. If you're going to make a fuss over who's the senior, then do it more carefully. The Ken family's first and second flag bearers, the Dragon Knight Order, the Order of the Black King, all of them are senior to you? No. I am sure you saw how these seniors of yours treated me. Acknowledge your mistake and apologize. I've told you off now, so I will pretend nothing happened. First flag bearer of Ken family told Wooger, the young master here saved your life just now. Do as the young master says. I knew you'd get into trouble eventually because of that mouth of yours. Let's smooth things over nicely this time. Don't act so narrow-mindedly. Wooger apologized and left. Luna said, you sure have a knack for making enemies, even though it'd be nice if you could act all cute like a normal kid too. I am effectively the Runkendel family's representative at this moment. However, what would you have done had Wooger asked for a duel against you? He seems to be roughly at the 6th star. Jin replied, if that did happen, then since they were keeping an eye out for me and Wooger, the Ken family's patriarch and all the elders would have come to stop it. Luna said, are you saying you even had him in mind while making your calculation? Just when did you learn how the nobility hide their feuds and get along? If there were someone that could teach such things to me, it would not be bad to have them by my side. Just learning the sword is enough. What more do you need? Jin said, I am sure it'd be difficult for you to understand, but there's a lot that I would need to learn in order to survive as the youngest of the family when I'm so hated. Luna thought he's talented and he's got a good head on his shoulders. Is that why he was almost assassinated at the Storm Castle? I wonder who it is. Which one of our siblings noticed Jin's talent so early on? Luna said, anyway, I did attend since it was a banquet celebrating you. But this banquet does not really appeal to me. I will be off to go somewhere more fun now. Before Luna leave, she told Jin, if I do this then I am sure it'll be clear to everyone just how much I cherish you. That way, there'll at least be fewer people being rude to you out of fear of me, right? See you later. Meanwhile, Bubar said, this is simply too enviable, Vishkal. I wish to lean my head against Luna too. It seems I must write a poem for Luna today, and I will sing all night with that poem. Vishkal, shut up. This girl is Margiela Iveliano, Vishkal's younger sister. Margiela said, don't be so harsh on him, brother. Don't you think this is an important matter for Bubar? And I am only able to attend such a banquet so peacefully, because Bubar believed in me and took me along. So please show him a little respect. Bubar said, I knew it. Young lady, you understand me so well. I will readily become your two legs. Jin thought playing host sure is tiring. Anyway, where are those Zipple bastards? It's annoying, but do I have to go around searching for them? Ceres came over and said, would you mind if this young lady dared to ask the rising star of the Runkendel family for a drink? It's an honor to meet you, young Master Jin Runkendel. Ceres said, if you are 15, then you and I are the same age. Just how did you gain such achievements so quickly? I am quite jealous of that body you possess, blessed by your Runkendel lineage. Jin said, I believe you yourself are quite blessed. Ceres said, first of all, the blood of the Ice Palace in itself is quite the blessing. I would not dare presume I know how much the ruler of the Ice Palace treasure you. Very much unlike yourself. I am her only daughter. My apologies, was that rude of me to say? Jin said, not at all. It's rather widely known that I am the youngest. I am rather envious of you, Lady Ceres. It's rather tiring having so many siblings. Jin thought, how odd, I am certain she recognizes me. Why is not she bringing up Mimit first? There's no way spreading a bit of soot on my face would prevent her from recognizing me. Ceres questioned, is your injured shin all right now? Jin replied, yes it is, although I was unable to pay back such grace. A great individual had used their own medicine for my lowly sake. Ceres said, you act much more brazenly than your appearance suggests. Well, I believe you owe me an explanation of why you were at the Moonlight Well in Mimit at that time. You see, my subordinates were unable to find the magic terrorist from that time. That landed quite the blow on my pride. You see, and it was after that I'd wondered if the young boy I'd let go then was the culprit. Jin said, magic you say, as you can see. I am a Runkendel. Do you think I be the culprit? I am sure you are aware of what my family is like. Ceres said, of course. I don't think you are. However, you were assigned a mission by the Runkendel family. And if you'd hired a magician because the scope of the mission was outside your reach, then things would be different. Also, there was not anyone else the Runkendell family would have aimed for in that inn, other than those from the Ice Palace. As the head of the 7th Sword of the Ice Palace, this is not something I can simply ignore. Jin thought so she's misunderstood and believes that I was after the units from the Ice Palace. Since I ended up doing harm to the Ice Palace's units while aiming for Alcaro's life, she's half-ra.t. Jin said, I don't understand why that would suggest that I am the culprit. Is not everything you've said so far simply speculation? Sears said, so you intend to feign ignorance until the end. Fine, if you are going to act this way, I will have to respond to that. I will drag you to the arena, and after I beat you to a pulp, I will spit right in that despicable face of yours. Duel me, Jin Runkendell. Jin said, I was strongly cautioned against fighting those weaker than me by my father. However, if you so wish, I will respond in kind. A knight questioned Jin, have you come here for a duel? Jin said, other than the medical team, I'd like the rest of you to leave temporarily, and bring over 2 swords in good condition. Jin thought spectators and those with combative spirits will likely begin crowding the area after midnight. She's still the daughter of the ruler of the ice place, so breaking her in front of all of them would be too harsh. Ceres said, before we start, there's one thing I'd like you to promise me. If I win, you will tell me everything that happened that day in Mamit, leaving not a single stone unturned. Jin replied, all right. Then in return, if I win, I will have you pretend you never saw me that day. Ceres said, it seems you still have a guilty conscience then? Come in. Jin launched Attack and Wonders as the Endorma bloodline's characteristic ability, the 10,000 Ice Sword. Jin said, I did not think you'd use your secret technique from the very start. You are making me a little sad since I have not been able to learn my family's secret technique. What will you do about this? Ceres said, what does that have to do with me? As the battle go on, Ceres thought Jin Runkendell is most definitely a 5-star, although it looks like he's rushing to block my attacks. As the battle goes on, his true abilities are being revealed. But even so, if it's only a 1-star difference, using the 3rd form of the 10,000 Ice Sword will more than make up for it. He outpaces me in both stamina and physical strength, so I can't let this battle drag on. He will learn my moves and begin to counterattack. I should put an end to things now. Jin thought Ceres is still only a 4-star martial artist. Even if she's able to use the 10,000 Ice Sword, there's no way she'd be able to beat me in a simple battle alone. I am sure she's slowly recognizing the gap between the two of us, and is preparing to end things with a single blow. She will surely use a secret technique, but I don't know how strong the 10,000 Ice Sword's secret technique will be. If that's the case, then I will respond with my own technique. The dozens of secret tomes I read while I was at the Storm Castle, of the many secret techniques I learned while there, the strongest one was this. Ceres said, this is the end. Avalanche. Jin thought, are the ice crystals imbued with aura? Ceres noticed Jin smiling and wonders Avalanche has already been unleashed. He might be a great prodigy who reached 5 stars at the age of 15, but he won't be able to break through the Ice Palace's secret technique. Then what's this unpleasant feeling I have? Jin's attack almost hit on Ceres. Jin immediately reminded her to dodge it. Jin worried and thought if she did not evade that, then she could be dead or disabled. Ceres thought, I valued my life. I feared my death and evaded it. I Ceres Endorma? Jin questioned, are you alright? I almost killed you. I am sorry. Jin thought Ceres heard my warning yet did not try to evade the Stormblade. However, no matter how much she values her pride and honor, Ceres is still just a 15-year-old child. She's too young to suppress her desire to live. Jin said, I would have evaded it if I were in your shoes too. I am sure you would have told me to duck as well. So, please let's not speak of this anymore. Ceres said, you have an injury on your face. I will repay you for saving my life with this. Jin replied, are not you devaluing your life too much despite being the only successor to the Ice Palace? Ceres said, it's because this is a life I begged for. I will value myself once again. So don't worry about that. Also, let today be the first day we've met. See you tomorrow. The next day, Jin thought there are fewer people than yesterday. People will be able to spectate duels starting today. So I wonder if the party is really going to get started now. There are fewer people watching now, so I might be able to meet those Zippel guys too. I heard that our guests from the Zippel family are all 15 to 20 years old. I do want to ask a couple things related to Cologne too, but that would not be a very good choice. Well, once I become a reserve flybearer, I will have plenty of free time anyway. I will be able to look into Cologne with Murican then. With Murican's help, finding the Fountain of Mana should not be a problem either. So this time, those Zippel bastards won't be able to print out mass-produced magicians either. I will be able to prevent such an appalling thing from happening this time. Siri said, why is a cat here at Runkendel banquet? Where's your owner? Let me see, your name is Butterfly? Did the young master give you this name? Jin said yes. Suddenly, Veradin said, it's that cat. I knew I'd be able to meet you if I followed that cat. We finally meet. Jin, Runkendel, you have no idea how long I've been searching for you. Jin replied, who are you? Veradin said, I can't believe you'd say that right as we meet. How could you have forgotten me? I've been thinking of you every day. Well then I will give you a hint. So take a guess. The first letter of my SV series said, what a weirdo. Let's go, Butterfly. Jin replied, I don't remember. Veradin said, damn it, then have another go. The place we first met is the Middle Kingdom teleportation gate. Jin replied, I don't remember. Veradin said, hey there. Jin, your memory is not as good as I thought it'd be. Listen closely and make sure to remember this, okay? My name is Veradin Zippel. Jin said, if I am this insistent on acting as though I don't know you, it should be clear that it's because I don't want to show that I know you. Why can't you understand that and stop bothering me so much? Veradin replied, so you remember. Jin thought, is this dense bastard really going to become a 9-star magician at the age of 30, and be named as the next patriarch of the Zippel family? Veradin said, anyway, I was looking for you everywhere yesterday. I've been looking for you for the past 2 hours too, but I did not see a single trace of you. Jin said, the banquet hall might be large, but it's still a banquet hall. You managed to wander around for 2 hours. Veradin said, yep, if I was able to use magic, I would have been able to find you sooner. But this is Runkendel territory, so the use of magic is forbidden, right? Anyway, it's great to see you. Jin, has it been 5 years? Jin thought I was wondering if he was lying or just really bad with directions, but I guess it's the latter. Veradin said, I can't believe you are already a 5-star. I knew you'd make it big. Of course I was not just wasting my time either. As a magician I am already 6-star, I've got a whole 6 stars. I am 1 level above your swordsmanship. Jin thought, I can't believe this. The greatest prodigy of the Zippel family. Veradin is at a mere 6 stars at the age of 18. If I were in his place, I am sure I would have passed the 7th star already. Is he lying about his rank for some reason? Veradin said, that expression of yours is the fruit of my efforts in searching for you so hard. I will be eagerly awaiting the day I will be able to fight you. So work hard to catch up to me. Jin thought, I don't think he'd hiding his rank. Whatever the case, if it's true that Veradin had only been able to achieve 6 stars at 18, then after the current patriarch of the Zippel family, Celiac Zippel, I am the one closest to the peak of magic. This was a good opportunity to objectively ascertain my potential. Jin replied, I said this before, but please learn how to shut your mouth and spare your breath. Veradin said, you are saying the same thing as my father. Jin replied, anybody would say the same thing. Anyway, why did the Zippel family come to the banquet without an invitation? Veradin said, because of me I kept nagging Uncle Andre about having to meet you. Jin thought, despite being the vice patriarch, he'd immediately head into enemy territory because of a child's tantrum. Veradin said, we just happened to be on vacation in the Hufester region when I heard about the banquet. I figured this must be destiny. Jin questioned, that's all? Veradin said, yup. Jin replied, alright, be grateful that this is a banquet, stay quiet, then leave. Veradin said, are not you being too cold? I know your father was showing mercy to my uncle as well. Since you mention it, how about you make me a promise? You've got to come unannounced to a Zippel banquet one day too. Jin said, is that so? What if I commit an act of terrorism? Veradin said, I always keep my word. Even if you do, I won't kill you. And even if a fight breaks out, I won't take part in it. Jin said, what a fool, because an unpleasant fellow has been sneaking glances at me for a while now. Excuse me, do you have something you'd like to say to me? Bubar said, young Master Jin, well, when will Lady Luna come again? I mean, will she not be coming again? I wanted to give this to her. It's a bundle of poems that I spent all night writing. I filled it with my love. Once she reads it, I am sure Lady Luna will understand that I'm a better man than I look. It's possible that in the near future, you will become my brother-in-law. Jin madly said, it appears to me, my dear guest, that you need a beating. Jin destroyed the poem and said, not only did you mention my sister's name as you wished, you dare call me your brother-in-law. I guess the Runkendel family looks that pathetic in your eyes. Take this man to the arena. The knight replied, yes, young master. Bubar said, brother-in-law, no. Young master, why are you doing this all of a sudden? Young master, please, stop this. I simply expressed my love. Any man has the right to express their love to whomever they wish. How could you do this to me? Am I not a guest? In what world do you treat a guest this way? And did I not express how beautiful your sister is? Jin said we will proceed with a hand-to-hand fight. Vishkal questioned Bubar. Margiela said, oh my brother, what's going on here? It seems like Bubar and young Master Jin are engaging in a duel. Vishkal said, that fool. We will have to watch from closer up. Margiela said, alright brother. I kept trying to approach him for a duel while the banquet was ongoing. But why is he fighting with a guy like that? Veradin said, looks like pestering my uncle to let me come was a good decision. I did not think I'd be able to meet with the heir to the Ice Palace. Someone announced next is the focus of this banquet, the rising star of the Runkendel family. Young Master Jin will be participating in a duel. Veradin said, I heard he came alongside the Ibriano family's group. Despite his appearance, he may, in fact, be quite the skilled combatant. Bubar said, young master, please at least provide me the opportunity to formally introduce myself before the duel. Am I not allowed at least that much? Jin punched on his face and said, shut it, I don't even want to know your name. Jin thought, aura, is he around 6 star? Siri said, so young Master Jin chose someone stronger than him. It seems like that fatty's main focus is in combat. Veradin said it'd be a shame if he breaks. Bubar counterattacked and said, you dare lay your hands on me with such meager abilities? I will have you crying on the ground, begging for forgive. Jin launched a flurry of attacks. Margiela said, brother Vishkal, I don't understand young Master Jin's actions. Has not the victor been made clear already? I can't believe he beat someone up like this after they'd already lost the duel. For young Master Jin to pick on a weaker opponent is unjust. Also, do you intend to simply sit back and watch despite him being our friend? Vishkal said, he's not weaker than the young master. Margiela said, your younger sister is disappointed in you. I'd like for you to teach young Master Jin a lesson, using a method far more honorable than young Master Jin's methods. Vishkal said, alright. Vishkal told Jin, why don't you put him down and fight me? Jin thought, Vishkal, a duel against the 7-star knight. Whether I win or lose, this is a fight with merits for me. Also, just being able to get first-hand experience against the Ibriano family's swordsmanship will be a good learning experience for me. The previous patriarch of the Ibriano family was someone that even father recognized as being strong. However, Margiela, what a funny young lady. To think she'd even put her brother into a difficult position in order to spectate this fight. Jin said, it seems you greatly cherish your sister, Sir Vishkal. Vishkal said, is not that obvious, young Master Jin? Jin replied, as someone with a sister myself, I fully understand how you feel. I cherish my sister as well. As such, I'd like for you to shut your servants up properly from now on. Vishkal said, it seems you've misunderstood something. The man you've just beat black and blue is not a servant of ours, but a companion. Could it be that our Bubar had made some kind of mistake? Bubar only came in order to help my sister, who is difficult moving about. His abilities don't suit a Runkendel banquet very well. Jin thought, his abilities? The guy just now was the transformation sorcerer? Bubar Gaston? Vishkal and Bubar, just what kind of a relationship do they have? I am sure that there was nothing about the Ibriano family having ties to Bubar when he was arrested in my past life. Does Vishkal know that Bubar is the transformation sorcerer? Damn it, I found Bubar, but now I only have more questions. I can't afford to get distracted like this when the opponent I am facing is a 7-star knight. Vishkal said, well then let's do our best. Jin wonders, let's just focus on this fight for now. I hope to learn much from you. I can tell from this one strike alone, his strength is not that of a 7-star. His swordsmanship is on the level of Uncle Zed, and the trajectory of his sword is not something I'd be able to comprehend right now. Audience said young Master Jin was quickly pushed back. Another guy said, well, he's holding up pretty well, is not he? The Ibriano family's swordsmanship is famous for its sly, unconventional nature. That's true. Someone who suffered at the hands of that dirty swordsmanship will never want to fight against an Ibriano again. Veradin thought, they know nothing. These Runkendel guys shine brighter in these kinds of situations. If the Ibriano family sword is a sly snake, the Runkendel family sword is a charging rhinoceros. Even if its horn were to break, it would not stop charging forward. Jin thought, it's obvious that Vishkal is going easy on me. However, it's also true that I am managing to put up a decent fight against someone past the 7th star like him while only being at 5 stars myself. I am slowly reaching my limits, but I am beginning to feel it again. The same thing I felt then. Vishkal said that was a good fight. Vishkal broke Jin's sword, but Jin injured Vishkal's neck. Vishkal thought, what the hell was that? At the end, the moment the sword broke, I felt something sharp graze my throat. No way did he figure out the state of the heart sword in the time that he was fighting with me? If Sir Jin reacted a 10th of a second earlier and I reacted a 10th of a second later, Jin Runkendel, you are a scare guy. Soon. Jin told Murican get away. Did I faint right after my fight with Vishkal? Jin asked Gilly how long was I asleep for. Jin said so the banquet has finished. It looks like I could not even greet the guests that came to see me. Gilly said you don't have to think like that. For the past 2 days, the fight between young Master and Sir Vishkal was a hot topic, and it's all because young Master showed the heart sword at the end. Jin thought it's not a perfect heart sword, but I still got what I wanted from it. The days that I was guided by Sister Luna are finally paying off. At first I could not understand the training at all. To think that it helped me in this way. Although it's only at a level where it only activates when I am in extreme situations, there's no need for me to be impatient. It's amazing that I was able to fight against an 8-star albeit clumsily. Besides that, I gained a lot of things from this banquet. I confirmed Veradin's status when I was in Zippel, and I obtained something like a friendship with the heir of the Ice Palace. And I discovered that Bubar, Gaston and Vishkal are acquainted. There are many possibilities behind the transformation crime. It's not something I need to address right now. Also, I should dig up some background information first. Jin noticed flowers. Gilly said the heir of the Ice Palace left these behind. Did she come to like young Master? Jin replied no. That's an Ice Palace tale. The meaning behind the flower is never-ending fight. It seems like she wants to fight me again. Murican said anyway, is not it your first time getting flowers from a girl? Although it's a challenging request, it's still monumental. Don't you agree, Strawberry Pie? Dilly said anyway, the Patriarch ordered for you to go see him as soon as you woke up. Young Master, I think the time has come to prove your worth. Jin said okay, it looks like I will be away from the family for a while. Where's father? Soon. Chiron said you are here? It's been a while since one of my children has come to see me in such comfortable clothing. Seems like you predicted that you will have to live away from here. Jin replied yes, I am planning on leaving soon. Chiron thought seems like he liked it. I am not sure why, but after our regressed father has been the easiest to read. Chiron questioned, do you know where this is? Jin said it's the mausoleum, a place where people who have done great things for the family are permitted entry by the Garden of Swords, and also a place where the family's heroes, who have achieved greatness, are buried. Chiron said good to know. To put it in other words, the family's hero. This ground is for those who protected the family for thousands of years. Do you know about the first patriarch, Tamar Runkendel? He is not buried here. Jin said yes, I also know that there are no graves for him anywhere in the Garden of Swords. Chiron said that dark power you have. That's the reason why we can't honor the first patriarch. After the first patriarch died, we made a humiliating pact with Zippel. We could not use magic ever again, and we could not honor the ancestors who did. The resulting consequences were that the gods of Zippel united and placed a curse on the blood of Runkendel, and because of that all Runkendels born after the first patriarch were born with bodies that could not use magic. When you defeated the Toner brothers with your aura, I did not ask how you obtained that power. Do you remember? Jin said yes, I even lied, saying that I would use it for the sake of the family. Chiron said it was a relief that you were young men, but if that happened now, I would not have let it go. Sadare, have you heard his voice before? Jin replied yes, he calls me contractor. Chiron said it must be unfair for your siblings. Alright, can you use that power to overcome your siblings and take over this family? Jin said I will leave and see the world. If there's nothing more worthy of taking than Runkendel, then I will do that. Chiron said in order to be acknowledged. The others left the Sword of Gardens. But you are leaving in order for you to find an aspect of the family to acknowledge. I am not sure if I should be proud or say that you are arrogant. I will give you 5 years. In that time, either be acknowledged or acknowledge the family, and come back with your reply. Jin said, thank you for everything. I will greet you after 5 years. Father. Dilly said, did you finish your talk with the patriarch well? Jin replied, yeah. All I need to do is depart. Jin questioned, what is that? Dilly replied, they said it blocks your aura, so you can't use it. I already know about it as I've heard about it from the senior nannies. It's a little awkward since I suddenly can't use my power. With the power of being a nanny, instead of building your own reputation, your reputation is based on what your master becomes. So please don't make such a face. This is for you, young master. Jin said it's not just these next 5 years, but I will continue to protect you. Dilly, I am sorry. Please don't say that. Dilly said it's enough that I am able to become your reserve rider, and I will be able to regain my power after young master finishes his test. Jin said alright, hang in there. 5 years? Huh? Looks like this is the start. Let's go see the world. Chiron thought I have reached plane of demigods with my sword alone, yet I still failed to crush the oath my ancestors had soared with the Zippel family. still a contract with Sadare and Shadow Energy. It may very well be that the youngest is our only hope. That child may hold the strength to free the Runkendell family. I am eager to see what the future holds for him. Back to Jin. Gilly said, was it really alright for you to leave without any farewells? The cadets that were in your faction and young lady Luna must have been rather disappointed. Jin said, don't worry. Luna herself is rather free-spirited, and the cadets, it is a shame, but it's not as though I am heading to my death. If I mentioned it to them, they might even have ended up saluting me with their swords raised on my way out. Gilly questioned then, where are you heading now? From what I've heard, most of the other flag-bearers went to Mehmet as their first destination. It was because taking down villains is the most efficient way to gain fame. Jin said, fame, was it? Jin thought Runkendell's reserve flag-bearers, before they become flag-bearers, they must head out into the world and build their reputation up from nothing in order to be recognized as flag-bearers. Also, a condition is that they ought to expect not one bit of support from the family. For example, Sister Mary defeated all the strong people in the southern regions of the continent and became known as the Mad Woman of the South. Wind Fury Mary before she was able to become a flag-bearer. Apart from her, my other siblings all returned within 6 months to 2 years. However, Father has given me a total of 5 years. There is only one reason why he did that. Discover all there is to know about Shadow Energy, then return. Jin said, we will be heading to the Arkan Kingdom. Dilly said, by the Arkan Kingdom, you mean the nation affiliated with the Lutero Magic Federation? Is not that Zippel territory? Why would you head there? Jin said, when I headed to the Cologne ruins on a mission, I heard that a fair amount of unregistered magicians were running rampant in that area. It seems like they are teaming up with martial artists and causing the people or Arkan a fair amount of trouble. Dilly said, that's a good idea, young master. I quite enjoyed taking out bad guys when I was a soldier in active service as well. I am already getting excited. Jin thought, I never actually heard about anything like that. I gained this information in my past life. All the unregistered magicians and warriors there are the puppets of a dark family called Tessing. What I am really after are the underground auctions those guys hold. There will be plenty of items that no one knows the true value of in that auction. There are a few grimoires that I will need to buy, and one ring. Dilly said, I don't think we will be able to use the teleportation gate to enter the Arkan Kingdom. According to the family's rules, I was only able to take 10 gold coins with me. As a reserve flag bearer, you are not allowed to reveal that you are a Runkendell, so I don't think we'd able to gain any other support either. Jin replied, that will be resolved once we head to the Gene Kingdom. Gilly said, the Gene Kingdom? But how will we? Jin said, we can just fly. What are you doing, Murican? Transform. Gilly said, you can't. What will you do if someone recognizes him? Jin said, it's fine. We should try it out at least once. However, if the family were to realize. Murican said, hold on tight. I have to fly hard in order to get to the Gene Kingdom by tomorrow. Luna sensed it and said, it can't be Jin. He's riding a dragon the moment he became a reserve flag bearer. Geez, you are something else. You left without so much as a goodbye to your sister. May you see fortune in battle, my cold younger brother. Location, the Gene Kingdom. Murican said, Strawberry Pie, are you alright? Hey kid, Strawberry Pie's terrified because of you. Jin said, why is that my fault? It's because you were flying weird. Murican said, lean over this way. There we go. Jin said, was he just acting rotten inside because of what people think about black dragons? Can't be helped. Murican said, kid, I will take care of Strawberry Pie. So you hurry up and get the money. Jin replied, you just stay put and don't cause a ruckus. Location, center of the Gene Kingdom's Capitalville family mansion. Sember said, even though a banquet was hosted for him, I wanted to meet with him again and give him my thanks for saving my life. When will I be able to meet him again and repay his kindness? Jin covered up his mouth and said, calm down. It's me, Jin. I am the one that saved you from those Kanzella guys. Sember said, but Sir Jin, how did you get here? Jin said, you told me to come to you if I ever needed your help. You remember, right? Sember replied, of course, how could I possibly forget the kindness you've shown me? If it were not for you, Sir Jin, then I'd already be. Jin said, all right, that's wonderful. Then I will wait here. So bring me some gold and money. Jin thought it's an immutable law that reserve flag bearers need to hide their identity. That is because they need to raise their reputations with their own strengths, not with the family support. It was expected for the young masters of Runkendell, who had only learned how to fight, to lead an extremely poor lifestyle for the first couple of months, until they could save up money from collecting bounties of criminals or through being a mercenary. They were forced to live poor lives, but we were different. Gilly said, the Gene Kingdom's food is not too bad. To be honest, I was prepared to starve for a couple of days like the other flag bearers. But, thanks to you, young master, it's easy from the get-go. Murican said, hey strawberry pie, yesterday you said, is not that extortion, but your reaction is quite good. Jin said it's not extortion. By giving me the money, Sember was able to pay off his debt. More importantly, Murican, are not you eating too much? We are going through a teleportation gate. What are you going to do if you vomit again like last time? Murican said, shut up. I am a binge eater. I need to eat up first, even if I'm going to vomit it all out later. If it was not for me, you would have had to starve for the next few days. What do you mean binge eater? Murican said, if you don't want to see me vomit, you can just ride me instead. You are the one who wants to use the teleportation gate. Gilly said, that's right, if it's motion sickness, we can just bear with it. Jin said, Gilly's motion sickness is one thing, but there's another problem. The place we are going to right now is Arkan Kingdom. That place is affiliated with the Lutero Magic Federation, which is managed by the Zippel family. Currently 80% of the active dragons are with Zippel, so if we ride you carelessly into there, that's basically like declaring war. Murican said, but more than half of those dragons will be scared once they hear my name. Those scoundrels are holding their heads up high. The world has become such a great place. Jin said, I told you to stop transforming in the middle of the street. Jin thought the dragons, the gods that are indebted to those dragons, and the dozens of contractors woe retied to those gods are supporting Zippel right now. On the other hand, I am the only one who's made a contract with the god in Runkendel. If father was not here, Zippel would have already destroyed Runkendel. Wait, now that I think about it, how was Zippel able to gather so many contractors? Can they gather that many contractors in one generation? To call that a coincidence? Soon, Jin entered teleportation gates and wonders the Arkan Kingdom. Although it was something from my past life, it's been 15 years. The last year of my previous life before I regressed. Capital of the Arkan Kingdom. Although there's a time difference of 15 years with my past life, the scenery has not changed much. All over the street are street merchants, and next to them, the homeless. People with hate expression. Dilly said it's a strangely gloomy place, even though the weather is nice. Jin thought it's probably due to the tyranny of teasers. I remember hearing that it was especially bad at this time. Jin said, let's get accommodation first. After that, let's search for prey. Murican said, do we really need to stay in such a rundown place like this? Jin replied, is it a good idea for a bunch of unregistered mages to arrive at a neighborhood like this, to show off that they have lots of money? Murican said, just because of that, we are going to stay at a place that even orcs would not stay in. The inn owner said, welcome to Jet's Inn. We have lots of vacant rooms. Now this is our inn special orange juice. Please have a glass each and choose the room that you like. Inn owner wonders, that's right, drink up. When you wake up after drinking that, you will be starting a new life in the underground auction house. Murican threw the orange juice to the inn owner and said, how dare you try to poison me? Today you will die here. Jet, the self-proclaimed informant for high-quality information, is someone I was indebted to in my previous life. The reason that I, who was exiled from the family and had no foundations, was able to settle down here in Arkan was because of Jet's help. Because of that we became close, but it was not for a good reason. He scammed me countless times under the pretext of introducing me to the underground testing auction houses, and took everything from the naive me, except my clothes. Just thinking about it pissed me off. But this life is different. This time I'm going to use you, you punk. Jet said, if you're going to act like this, then I won't stay still either. Although I look like this, I am a 5-star. But Murican continues to punch on him. Jin thought this should be enough. Jin told Murican, stop. Let's hear what he has to say first. Murican said, why should we talk to a bastard who tried to drug us? Jet said, please save me, my lord. I will somehow make up for my sins. Murican said, shut up, don't talk until you die. Jin said, I will ask you a few simple questions from now on. If you lie, you will die, and if you tell the truth, you will live. I will just your answers subjectively, based on feeling, and my instinct. Got it? Murican said, fine. Do whatever you want. Jin said, okay. What do you do? Jet said, I am an inn owner and informant, so if you spare me, I will be very useful to you, my lord. I know everything about Arkan. I am not lying, my lord. Jin said, it seems like the reason you drugged us was because you wanted to sell us somewhere. Jin stepped on Jet's hand. Jet said, an underground testing auction house. Testing is a dark organization that operates auction houses, slaves, drugs, other stolen goods, and even artifacts. It's a place that is everything. Jin thought, finally, the testing auction house. Jin said, okay, you will be healed by tonight. You know what to do next, right? Murican questioned, you are going to waste money on medical bills for trash like him? Dilly said, that's right, young master. If we spare him, he will try to trick us again. Jin said a dark organization and an underground auction house. Is there something better than bringing those down? It's not too late to get rid of him after. Let's trust him since we needed an Archon guide anyway. First I will go find someone to treat him. Jin wonders it's tiring acting like this when I know everything. I don't plan on telling anyone I am a regressor, so there's no helping it. Soon. Healer said it will be best for you to get lots of rest until your bones are healed. Please call me if you need me again. Jet thought, damn it, those crazy bastards. They hit me then heal me? These people, just who on earth are they? An heir to a large martial arts family? Or Bemet Special Affairs Division? It does not matter who they are. There will be nothing left of me if I backstab them. Jin said, now, let's get going. We need to go to the underground auction house. The guard asked Jet, why did you bring so many people with you today? Are they products? Jet said, stop running your mouth and open the door. They are my guest. Jet told them although it's known to the public that Tessing's boss is Sokka, the real boss is someone else. Please take these. If you are planning on going to the auction house, it's better to cover your faces. Jin questioned, so who's the real boss? Jet replied, it's someone called Spider-Hands Alu. This place is decorated to that person's taste, but it's because he wants to hide the fact that he's an uneducated gangster. To a small fry like me, Alu is different. Not only does he have the ability to pacify these dirty streets, but he's also a 7-star martial artist from an arable land. Jet said rumor has it that he has connections to the pure-blood Runkendel family across the sea. Murikan said, kid, ignore it. Do you think those guys associate with these low-life neighborhood gangsters? Dilly said, I also agree. No matter how I think about it, there's no one like that. Jin thought, no, there is one. The bastard who placed a curse on me so I could not wield the sword. If it's a connection to the Magic Federation, then it's highly likely it's him. The 9-star curse that prevents you from wielding a sword-bladed illusion. I don't think there's a mage in Tessing who is able to place such a high-ranking curse, but for 10 years in the Storm Castle and 5 in the Garden of Swords, I have not been able to get a single clue for 15 years. I need to at least grasp at the straws. Jin said, well, we came here with the intention of destroying everything here, so in addition to that Alu guy's identity, it's worth checking this out. Murikan questions, so what's the plan? Is it something along the lines of defeating all the gangsters the first day we come to Archon or something like that? Dilly said, the guards whom we saw along the way seem to be quite skilled. There are quite a few unregistered mages close by too. A sudden fight in the middle of enemy territory is a bit dangerous. Jin said, don't worry about that. I have a plan. Lend me your ears for a second. Afterward, Murikan said, kid, at times, I really wonder what is inside your head. How do you come up with these things? Dilly said, that's definitely unconventional, but young master, you are a Runkendel, can you really do those kinds of things? Jin replied, don't worry, if a problem occurs we can just run away. Jet said, it's here. I purposely got a seat that was not too conspicuous. Now, welcome to the Flower of Tessing, the underground auction house. MC said today's first product is something that you can use to your liking. A slave. The state of the saves are quite good today. Look at the guy at the very end. Looks like he will be very useful. Jin asked Jet, so you were trying to sell us like that? Jet replied, I was foolish. Jin thought, slaves, huh? But I am relieved to see that there are no children. Murikan questioned, what do we do now? Jin said, we are going to wait. I've heard that sometimes in these auctions, some useful things pop up. If there's something that I want to buy, I'm going to get that first. After that we will actively make our move. Jin thought on the ring artifact. If my information from the past is correct, it's most likely rotting away in some kind of storage somewhere. I can just get it after our plan has been implemented. The MC said, alright, for now on, we will start the auction. We need to wait patiently. A week later, Jet said, excuse me, you've done nothing but observe for a week. If you don't purchase anything today, then the people from Tessing might cause some trouble for you. Sir, Jin said, is not it your job to prevent that? Jet replied, of course it is. Please do as you wish. Jet thought, damn it, my job, my ass. It does not matter who you are. At this rate, you are going to get kicked out. Just hurry up and buy something before I get caught up in your mess. MC said, this is the next product, the first grimoire of this afternoon. This grimoire belonged to Matthew Warnick, a mage who ruled the world at one time. We were not able to neutralize it, but a powerful magic is most likely recorded. Jin thought, it's Matthew Warnick, you scammers. On top of that, all of Mornick's grimoires are managed by the Zippel family. That means the probability of that being real is 0. I've participated in the Tessing auction for a whole week. Any auction has been conducted like this the whole time. The host keeps talking bullshit and mages with a lot of vanity are falling for it. And sometimes there are grimoires like that too, although they are not famous. They are like unscratched lottery tickets. Murikan told Jin buy that grimoire if that really belongs to the Chenmi that I know. This is big. MC said 150, is there anyone else? Then at 150, we have a winning bid. Jin thought a grimoire that a dragon recommends, there's no need to ask why. MC said and the next grimoire is Shujil Hister. Simone said Hister? Who's that? Just like with Chenmi, I've never heard of these people before. Jin immediately offered 200. Murikan said hey kid, what is that made you call 200 from the beginning? Is it a grimoire you know? Jin replied just cause, I think it's better to buy one more thing. Jin wonders to think I would find it here. My master from my previous life, who was affiliated to that family Hister. That family was completely exterminated hundreds of years ago, but to think that I would find a trace of it here. Let's give that to master when I meet her one day. Jin said okay, this much is fine, let's slowly make our move. Soon. Murikan said amazing, it's the Chenmi I was thinking of, but compared to that, what's this? There's a bizarre and tacky code. Jin wonders of course, the only people who can decipher that is master and me. Jet said I am relieved you finally bought something. If you did not purchase something today, we would have been in trouble. Jin told Jet I need to meet with Spider-Hands Alu. Jet said that's impossible, even if you are my guest. Jin said then go and tell Alu this, that Veradin Zippel wants to see his face. Jet thought this crazy bastard, he's not from Bament's Special Affairs Division, but a pure-blooded Zippel. Yes, I'm going to become an informant for Zippel and leave this hellhole. My life is going to be smooth sailing. Soon. A gangster said so you are Veradin. Follow me, the boss wants to see you. Jin punched him and immediately cast fireball on hand. Jin questioned are you Alu? The man said no boss sir, Alu told me to escort you there. Jin said I revealed my name, but he dares to send me his underlings. I am saying this one more time, tell him to come here himself. Crawling on all fours at my feet. Soon. Alu said I failed to recognize you. Who resides in the sky above this earth, please forgive me. Jet thought had anyone else claimed to be Veradin Zippel, I'd have laughed, but he's different, his aura is different. There's also the flame ball he used earlier, that was at least 5-star mana. To be able to use above 5-star mana at that age, it'd be difficult for anyone other than Zippel to do it. A week ago, Jin told Murikan and Gilly I'm gonna pretend to be Veradin Zippel. Even if that Alu guy knows someone acquainted with Zippel, it'd be some old servant. That means he can't prove I am not Veradin. Gilly thought no. Young master, it's not an issue of whether you get exposed or not. If this gets found out in the future by the family, or even the patriarch, the things that might happen. Back to present. Jin said get up, take a look at these. What do you think they are? Alu replied magic texts. I apologize, I requested ancient magic texts without Zippel's permission. Jin said the 2 magic texts I brought here are dearly valued by my family. How much money have you made like this? Alu said Sir Veradin, it's an excuse, but I am a marital artist. I was stupid enough to not recognize the value of the magic texts and inconvenienced you. I will try my best to bring them back, so please give us a chance. Jin said don't you think it'd be better for me to retrieve them myself rather than leaving it to people like you? Shut up and bring me the account book and customer list. My family will begin their investigation tomorrow. Alu thought this is the end. However much Tessing tries in the Arkan Kingdom, they are just a local gang group compared to Zippel. If anything comes out during the investigation that irritates Zippel, that will be the end of Tessing. Soon. Alu said that is all there was at the auction. Jin questioned is there any more? Alu replied yes, there were others being strictly guarded in storage, but those are being kept in the employee residence. If you will allow me to leave temporarily, I can bring them immediately. It will take up to 2 hours, so if you take look. Jin interrupted and said what bullshit are you trying to pull? You are gonna go destroy the important documents, then check if I am real and the reason I am here by poking around the guys you bribed. Alright, go on. Go and do all that you can, but don't forget you are still in the palm of my hand. Alu said I am sorry, I will be right back. Guide Sir Veradin around the storage R while I am gone. Alu whispered to guard keep him within the mansion until I am back. Alu thought piece of shit, acting all arrogant as he's saying he's in control of everything that happens. Damn it, I've spent so much money on the Zippels. I will find whatever way I can to buy them back. Murikan said strawberry pie, take everything you want. Murikan whispered to Jin about that Alu guy. He's gonna realize you are fake by the time he comes back. What are you gonna do? Jin replied what do you mean? We are just shopping for free and then running off before he comes back. Jin wonders found it. Gilly said are we gonna continue doing reckless things like this? I am still shocked about this. Jin said I will take that as a compliment. Jet said I am here. It's the account documents of the slaves you requested. I've written down all the birth regions and ages. Jin said good job, we are done here. The guard told Jin the boss will bring the accounting books shortly. Until then, please stay in the mansion. Jin knocked the guard out. Jet said you are great. Not only can you cast magic, you can even fight. Jin asked Jet do you have any family? Jet replied I do have a son. Jin said take him and run away, preferably to Bement Empire. Give them the accounts and introduce yourself as a whistleblower. That's the only way you will live. Jet replied no, I will stay by your side until the end. Please let me serve in your great deeds at your side. Jin said I am sorry but I am not Veradin Zippel. 2 hours later, a guard said I heard something through the Zippel hotline earlier, that Veradin Zippel has long silver hair. Boss, they took the information about the slaves and the other customers, then ran away saying Tessings is over. Alu madly said chase after them. Take all the remaining guys and bring back those fraudulent bastards. I will skin them with my own hands. Soon, Mirakin said kid, is there a reason you've been bumming around here? I don't think there's anything to be gained from fussing over Alu. Jin replied there's a need to see if he's connected to the Runkindles. Mirakin said alright, I guess I will just think of it as saying our farewells before leaving. He gave you Chenmi's grimoire and even gifted you a masterpiece. After all, I freaked out after seeing that thing in your hands when you came out of the auction. Geez, how did you even know about something that old and managed to? Suddenly, the tail said over here. They're hiding over here. Jin said now then, let's go have a short talk. Alu said found you, you scamming bitches. How dare you? Did you really think you'd be able to fool me and run away? I will hang you up at the market and make an example out of you. I will show you just what happens when you mess with the head of Tessing. Jin said the register upon which the names of the kidnapped slaves from Bement were written, the transaction ledger with the ancient grimoire that the Zippel family is looking for, as well as the customer registry, that lists all the aristocrats who turned a blind eye to you people. I've been spreading those all throughout the world. By tomorrow the entire world will be watching you. Is not magic mail pretty convenient? To be frank, you are finished. Alu said I won't give you an easy death. I will skin you alive. Every time you pass from the pain I will bring you back by burning you with flames. Jin told Mirakin I want to have a one-on-one fight with Alu. Mirakin said what a pain. Alu said you crazy bastard, what do you think you will be able to do all alone? Don't just stand there and watch. Attack. Mirakin started his killing mode. Alu said you dunces what are you sitting around for? The magician said if we fire magic now, we will hit our comrades. Alu said then just aim for those guys in the back. Jin told Gilly step back for a second. Jin wonders they are all below 5-star. Jin said things have gotten a bit easier thanks to Sister Luna. Mirakin yell you weaklings have nothing but your numbers. What a pain. Just drop dead altogether. Alu laughed and go insane. Mirakin said kid, I took care of all the small fried. Like you asked me to, you can do whatever you want now. Jin thought Alu's fast. Alu said that's right I won't know if you are telling the truth. What should I do now? I don't intend to get beaten down one side of the here. Mirakin said you finally found someone worth fighting. I guess the rumors that he was a 7-star martial artist were true. He will be different from that Vishkal guy you fought before. This guy is just itching to kill you. Give it your best and don't die. Alu said how arrogant. How dare a measly mage come to the front line? Are you looking down on me, you rookie? Jin blocked Alu attack. Alu said so you are not a mage. Jin continuously blocked multiple attacks from Alu and Y Jin/attack. Alu dodged and blinked to Jin's behind. Jin hardly dodged and wonders he's fast. He's not fighting with his all, but it's already too much to handle. Alu said so the fireball that you used at the auction house was an artifact. Alu thought damn it. To think I would be in this situation because I fell for a simple trick. He is not the problem. That guy who took down all of my subordinates all by himself. I am certain he's stronger than me. Why is he just standing there? Mirakin said looks like he's receiving some hard blows. That damn brat. Gilly questioned are you really not going to do anything? Although it's the young master's wish, it might be a little early for him to go up against a 7-star martial artist. Mirakin said it's fine. Strawberry pie. That brat needs to know how previous life is too, and it seems like you think the kid's going to lose. Alu said it's the end. Mirakin said long ago, when Runkendel's magic swordsmen used to fight, a mere 2-star difference was nothing to them. Jin cast a fireball right in front of Alu. Alu said it was not an artifact. You bastard, that means you are a magic swordsman? Jin summoned lighting. Alu said foolish if you are standing defenseless like that. You will lose your life, child. Jin said helmet release. Alu's attack hit on the helmet and wonders what it is. Jin then immediately cast a slash direct attack on Alu. Mirakin said as expected it was Milta's rune. Thousands of years ago, Milta was an object made for Bament the first emperor, who was the lover of a demon. During that time, the war was ongoing. A masterpiece that blocks all attacks below 7-star. I wonder how it ended up in the hands of those gangster. Jin thought Milta's rune. It's an object that will be offered to Bament's emperor 5 to 6 years from now. During that time, the academy and the press were in chaos because of this helmet. So I clearly remember the place, location and date when it was first discovered. Jin said, let me ask you one thing before you die. Alu, I heard that you have ties to the Runkendel family. Is that true? Alu said, I know now. You are Jin Runkendel. I see, so it was true that you failed. But you are merely the youngest, you can't stop that person. Mirakin questioned, what is he talking about? Jin said, Spider Hands Alu. I guess that's not your real name. I need to look into it. A 7-star martial artist is a boss of a gang, and I do think you have connections to the Runkendel family. Mirakin said, that's not that strange. I think one of your ancestors who was a 9-star ran a bar. Jin said, yeah, but I need to know who the person this guy was talking about is. I need to make sure since I'm going to be the head of his family. Jin thought, you failed. You can't stop that person? If he said that knowing who I was, then what I failed probably has something to do with the bladed illusion, and the reason why he pointed out that I was the youngest and that I won't be able to stop that person is, he knows that there's a fight for power between my siblings. Older sister Yuna left the family, so let's take Hiro out, and it's not Mew, Anne and the twins, since they are too young and inexperienced. The rest are not smart or diligent enough to be involved in these sly things. Someone who's the most sensitive to rank and pulled strings when they found out about my talent early. That person is the next heir to Runkendel. Joshua, there's no other person as influential as him. Whether I am jumping to conclusions or not, I will find out soon. Next day, the newspaper wrote Fall of Tessing. That evil gang that harassed the innocent was destroyed in just a day. Jin said, seems like Jet did a good job. He would have been harassed by the Zippel family and Bament. It's a cheap price to pay in comparison to the price of his life. Mirakin said, anyway, the Zippel family and Bament took the reputation, but it looks like you are going to be taking the benefits. Jin said, that's right. The ring, the mages, a 7-star knight, and even a victory in an actual battle. Dilly said, just because he is a 7-star knight does not mean he's up to standard, and you should not be careless just because you won against him. Next time I think it would be better to be more careful. Jin replied, of course, they have nothing on someone who's the real deal. I got it, I will be more careful. Alright, thanks to Jet, no one will think to find us. So let's relax and head to our next destination. We are heading to Tikan, the independent city. It's a large information house in Tikan. Besides Runkendel, Zippel and Bament's information organizations, it's the most reliable place. Mirakin said, so that means you are going to choose all the bad guys, like how you use Jet. Jin said, well, that is one way. Jin thought, from now on, when I move on the precedence of my memories before my regression while with Gilly and Mirakin, I need to provide a proper purpose. But not just that, the things related to Vishkol, Bubar and Conzello and Alu's past that's connected to Runkendel, Cologne ruins and taboo magic, etc. There's so many things I need to look into, and for that the 7 colors in Tikan is the most suitable place. Mirakin said, more importantly, I found out what that magic or whatever it was that was left by that Chenmi person was. I think it's light magic. Jin replied, light? I thought it vanished during ancient times. Mirakin said, I am sure it did. During those times, Chenmi was the Zippel family's enemy. They wiped those who were annoying to them from history. That's the trait of the Zippel family. That's the reason why there are no records. And if you can't break the limit of your energy, the Runkendel family will become like that in the near future. So learning these things will also be important. Jin said, you are going to show me right now? How quick? I like it. Mirakin said, look forward to it, since it might be magic that you need most right now. Open your eyes wide and watch carefully. Jin curious and asked, it's light magic, so why is it black? Next second, it flashed Jin's eyes. Mirakin said, how was that? You just saw it for a second, but your eyes feel like they are swelling, right? Jin said, I can definitely use it for both offense and defense. Mirakin said, right, it's called flashbang. It was Chenmi's most prized magic. You really did get something good. Compared to him, this sister mage person. Jin said, why you taking that out all of a sudden? Mirakin said, it's a coded system that even pissed me. Mirakin off. I am not sure what's inside, but I wonder if it'll actually be useful. Jin said just leave it. Someday I will leave it with a good decipherer. A week later, location Tikan, the independent city. A city on a small island in the south of the central continent, which is not affiliated to either the Runkendell family or the Zippel family. Although it has a low population, it's a popular tourist place as you can see the ocean from anywhere in the city. Dilly said, young master, shall we look for accommodation first? Jin said sure, let's head to the middle of the city. Murikan said, you are not going to choose a shit place again, right? Jin said, Murikan, I've told you this so many times, but please don't transform in the middle of the city. Murikan said, I've said this many times, but humans really don't have much interest. Then a kid said, a black cat turned into a black-haired uncle. How did you do that? Teach me. Soon. Jin said, you saw it wrong? Okay, how can a cat turn into a human? Little girl said, it's not you. It's Yuri and I did not see it wrong. A black cat turned into that uncle. Mister, why are you lying? Jin replied, I am not lying and I am not a mister. Julia said, you are lying. And you are a mister. Jin said, since I bought you ice cream, can you pretend? Julia replied, don't make me lie, mister. Dilly said, what should we do? We thought she was lost, so we are taking her to the garrison, but if rumors spread there, won't we get caught by the Zippel family? Murikan said, don't worry, strawberry pie, no one will believe what that child is saying. Dilly's stare on Murikan said, if you had listened to the young master, this would not have happened in the first place. Soon. Julia said, it's the information center. Julia don't like the garrison? Dilly questioned, what's wrong? Julia said, I don't like it. They always harass mom and bother her. Dilly said, this is not good. Maybe this is a place that uses violence and exploits the common folk. Jin said, the child's mother could be a criminal for all we know. Let's go inside and check first. Is not that Julia? The guard yelled, bring the leader. Little Miss Julia is here. Jin said, excuse me, do you know this child? The guard said, I know her all too well. She's our leader's daughter. Jin, though the center's leader, I don't think that's the only thing that she does. Next second, Julia said, Mommy. The leader said, Mommy told you not to go too far. Julia said, but Mommy is not playing with me. The leader said, I am sorry. Mommy will play with you lots after I finish my work. Julia said, really? You better keep your promise. The leader then said, most of the people who live in this city know Julia, so it seems like I was careless. My introduction is late. I am Alicia Badger, the leader of Tikan's garrison. Jin said, I am Jin Gray. I am just stopping by Tikan as a tourist. Alicia said, you are a tourist. I should give you something in return. Do you perhaps have something you need? Jin said, then can you recommend a place to stay? Julia whispered to Alicia. Alicia told Jin, it's a letter of recommendation with the leader of the garrison seal on it. No matter where you go, if you show this to them, you will be treated well. Thank you so much again for finding my daughter. After Jin left, Alicia questioned Julia, did a cat really turn into a human? Julia said, yeah, but those people don't want to talk about it. So I pretended to not know. Alicia wonders, transform, huh? That's something only a dragon can do. Soon. Dilly said, this service is great. I've only received this kind of treatment when I was in Hufester. Murikan said, this bed is really soft too? This is what a lodge should be. This is the power of a letter of recommendation. I think things are going well in Tikan. To think we would have such luck as soon as we arrived. Dilly said, now that I think about it, can I also eat that ice cream that Julia ate just now? It's a famous food in Tikan. Jin told her, go order it quickly. Dilly said, yes, I will be back. Murikan said, so how are you planning on meeting the 7 colors? They are not going to be easy to meet. Jin said, first I am planning on finding someone. Jin thought the 7 colors, the best information center in Tikan, and at the center of that information center is someone called the Noble Sword Kashmir. He's a famous swordsman that everyone knows of. He was recommended for the role of Runkendell's beginner swordsmanship teacher. That's the only information that the house knows, but 10 years from now, he will reveal that he is actually the Emperor of Bament and uses the information gathered by the 7 colors. He will obtain ruling and sovereign power from Bament, the Zippel family and the Runkendell family, and will receive support as the first king from the independent country Tikan. He's a meticulous person. He is not just skilled in swordsmanship, he was also skilled enough to hide himself for such a long time. He might become someone who can support me on top of the 7 colors. The problem is, how am I going to approach him? Suddenly, Dilly came back and said something strange. There's no one in this lodge. All the employees and the guests have disappeared. I think something's off. Kashmir said, hello, are you well? Will it be okay if I were to intrude for a bit? While Jin wonders, the noble sword Kashmir, how is he here? Jin reminded Murikan, stop. Don't kill him. Murikan said, do you ask if I was well? No, do you think I am well? You bastard. Jin thought, noble sword Kashmir. Why is he here all of a sudden? He should not have any work here in Arkan, and we have not caused any trouble since we just arrived in Tikan. More importantly, he's not alone. 3, 4, there's so many. At this rate, we are all going to get swept away. Jin told Murikan, calm down. The space is too small. If you fight here, Gilly might get hurt. Murikan said, do you know who I am? Hello, are you well? I am speechless. Why are your words so informal? Do you look down on everyone because you have a sword tied to your waist and you drag around underlings? Jin said, stop, that's enough, is not it? If the authorities are not after us, then please calm down and put your sword away. You are Sir Noble Sword Kashmir, right? I've heard a lot about your reputation, so I know of you well. Jin said, my name is Jin Runkendel. It seems like you have a lot to talk with me about. So how about we move to a different location? I will answer any of your questions soon. Jin said, thank you. For you to dismiss your soldiers, it feels as if you trust me. Kashmir thought I bluffed the soldiers here after receiving a report saying a dragon appeared. But that was a mistake. Instead, it made him more angry. I am certain that frivolous man is the dragon. That feeling of intense pressure cannot be made by a human. If he did not stop him, all of us would have died, and that woman is definitely Gilly McLaren. I met her before I was deposed from the Bamet place. I still remember the military prestige she displayed in the drill hall back then. But I can't sense an ounce of her aura. Does she have any connections to the people she came together with? Kashmir said, did you say that you were Jin Runkendel? It does not seem like you are lying. But I have a question about that. Why are you with a dragon? From ancient times, dragons make contracts with magicians who have contracts with a god, or with someone who has a special power. For example, not a Runkendel but a Zippel. Does your family know that a dragon is with you, young master? Jin replied, my family does not know. Kashmir said, if this gets out, your family won't stay still. But you are speaking of this big secret that could cost you your life very lightly. Jin replied, what's important is not the fact that I am a Runkendel. Why did you come to meet with the dragon? Kashmir said, since you have told me a big secret, I will also tell you mine. You've met my daughter, right? The reason why I came here is because she said that she saw a cat transform into a person. Jin questioned, and you believe the words of a young child? Kashmir said, my daughter is not just an ordinary child, but a contractor of Ozmil. Jin asked, are you talking about the god of sight? Kashmir replied, yes, the god of sight. There is no way my daughter, who is a contractor of Ozmil, would have seen an object or situation wrongly. Jin replied, you would know that there are many powerful people in this world who want to become a contractor of Ozmil. Can you tell us something like this so easily? Murikan said, something's off if she's a contractor. Where is her dragon? I did not feel the energy of a dragon anywhere near her. Ozmil's dragons are known for treasuring their contractors a lot, but it left the child alone? Something strange. Kashmir said, Julia's guardian dragon suddenly went missing a year ago. It seems like the Zippel family or the Bamed Empire had something to do with it, but that's just a speculation. Murikan said, that does not make sense. There's no dragon in this world who's stupid enough to be kidnapped, and for 1 year at that. Wait, 1 year? Microbe, your daughter is around 5 years old, right? If that kid really is Ozmil's contractor, that means that if the dragon is not near her at her age, your daughter will soon go crazy and become disabled. Listen well, Ozmil's contractors can see the future. Humans don't know about this, but seeing the future takes a big toll on a dragon's mentality. Right now, she's too young to differentiate between dreams and reality, so nothing much has happened. If she keeps seeing the future without any protection, like she is doing right now, after a year or two, her eyes will become uncontrollable. Jin said, tell us in detail. If she sees the future, she will become disabled? Murikan said, it's in relation to the principle of causality. The one who sees the future must follow what they saw. The moment they don't, Ozmil's punishment will start. If one sees the future of someone's death, they cannot do anything. Contractors who interfere with the principle of causality will end up being destroyed. From the very start, your daughter has been living in a different world from us. Judging by your expression, it seems what I said is true. Then you need to find her guardian dragon as quickly as you can, and put the dragon next to the child. There's no other way than that. Kashmir kneed down and said, mighty dragon, although the manager did not mention this, I am the leader of the information center, the 7 colors. I am confident in my capabilities, however. For 1 year I was unable to find my daughter's guardian dragon. Murikan said, with this I am certain now. Meeting your daughter as soon as we arrived in Tikan is not just a simple coincidence. Ozmil is asking for our help for his young contractor. Kashmir said, then mighty dragon, please, Mirakin replied, that's not it. I can't do anything even if you ask me. You need to ask our leader. Jin told Kashmir, please get up. Although our relationship is shallow, this matter concerns the life of a child. First, please be rational. Let's look for Julia's guardian dragon together. Kashmir said, I will not forget your kindness, young master. Jin thought, I can't be pleased even though things turned out better than what I had planned. If even the 7 colors could not find its whereabouts, that means we need to Runkendell or the Zippel family's information there is not. Mirakin said, kid, is Tikan also with the Zippel family? Jin replied, no, Tikan is just a city, they are not affiliated to anyone. Mirakin said, nice. Hey Merkrobe, if you guys are really that capable, then you would have information about dragons, right? Kashmir replied, ah yes. We know which continent has which dragons. Mirakin said, good, then give me all the information about which dragons are in the Bement Empire. Jin questioned, don't tell me. Mirakin said, well, this method is something like the last resort. Traditionally there's nothing that dragons don't know. Meanwhile, someone said, Miss Quickenell, please look at this. It's news about Sir Jin again. Is not he really amazing? He's the same age as me, but he's already a 5-star. Quickenell said, Enya, you are also a god's contractor. You can also be like him. Enya replied, really? Quickenell said, yes. Instead of the kid of a family whose guardian is a black-haired guy, you the contractor of Ulta, the god of time, are much more. Suddenly, Quickenell stunned and said, Enya, go home and don't come out until I come back. Enya asked, did something happen? Quickenell replied, not really, it's just that a black thing came here. Back to Mirakin. Mirakin said, we are almost there. I am going to get a little closer and spread my energy, then the dragons in Bement will come out by themselves. Hide well so you don't get caught. Back to earlier. Kashmir said, here is the list of active dragons within the Bement area. Mirakin said, so they were hiding here? Jin questioned, is there a problem, Mirakin? Mirakin said, no, there is not. It might be a little dangerous, but there are things between us dragons, so let's go. We have a long way to go. Kashmir said, thank you. I will leave it to you to save my daughter. Mirakin said, before I go, I will tell you 2 things. First, from today onwards and until her dragon comes back, you must make your daughter tired all day. If she becomes exhausted, the power of Ozmil will naturally become weaker. When she wakes up, play with her, do whatever you can to make her tired and go to sleep. Kashmir said, understand. I will play with her all day and make her tired. Then what's the second thing? Mirakin said, the ice cream, bring me one, since one of our members could not eat it because of you. Gilly said, as expected, you are kind. Mirakin laughed and said, did not you say you wanted to eat it? Gilly replied, not that. You told Sir Kashmir various things in order to reassure him. Back to present. Jin thought, he pretends to not care about strangers. He's quite considerate. My black dragon. Mirakin said, they are coming. It's Lapis and Untile. Well, I did hit them the most. Wear your helmet, kid. Jin said, just how much did you beat them up for them to come after just feeling your energy? Mirakin said, back in the day, bastards who came into my territory got beaten up first. Mirakin said, Earth dragons Lapis and Untile. I have something need to do, so I woke up from my long sleep. Please help me. Lapis and Untile whisper, should we tell him? Seems like he does not know anything. They replied, Sadare's close friend, the ruler of tall mountains, we don't know what your problem is, but now is not the best time. Please save yourself. Hurry and leave, we have our young contractors within this area. I and Tile don't want to cause trouble in the seas of Bement. Mirakin said, how dare you order me to retreat? Under the sky, there is no place I Mirakin can escape to. Labis said, seriously, I can't do this anymore. Just freaking run away. The energy you just spread is causing chaos. Quickendall is flying over here right now to kill you. Jen said, if it's Quickendall, then we're talking about the silver dragon? What's your relationship with the guardian dragon of the god of time Ulta? Mirakin said, she's my ex-girlfriend. Untile said, please older brother, we are begging you, can you just leave? Our contractors are still young. If they get caught up in this, they might die. Labis said, the other dragons don't know you are awake, right? If you don't go now, there will be rumors. Suddenly, Mirakin reminds Jin, hold on tight. Both Untile and Labis immediately escape from here. Mirakin said, kid, don't lose focus, it's coming again. Quickendall cast a few magic shoot on Mirakin. Jin thought, an ultimate skill that's roughly 8-star or higher. How many can they do in one go? Quickendall madly yelled, Mirakin, you bastard, that death can't even do justice. How dare you show your face here shamelessly? Jin said, do we have to fight that monster right now? Mirakin said, I think we have to. Jin said, your ex-girlfriend, huh? How long was your relationship? Mirakin said, 500 years. In human years, about 5. Anyways, when you get the chance, stab her with Bradamante, okay? Jin said, is not she going a bit too far when you're her ex? Murican said, kid, it seems like you don't know. I don't hang around those who are of lower class than me. So when the situation turns bad, I gather up my strength and in one go, I wreak havoc. I have to do that much in order to land a hit. Quickenel said, even if you want to run away, it's too late, Murican. I will kill you at sea. Quickenel transformed to dragon form. Murican said, wait, calm down, Quickenel. I know you hate me, but that's not what's important right now. Let's take care of what's urgent first, then talk. Quickenel ignored cast a huge breath attack. Murican dodged the breath but unable to dodge tail attack. Murican said, damn it, why are you so mad? You are crazy at this distance. Quickenel again cast dragon breath. Murican said, I bought some time. Jin said, it was good that I followed you. You'd have died without a sound if you were hit by the silver dragon. Murican said, I won't die, and no matter how strong she is, she can't come here. Anyway, it's hard to find an opening. Since talking is not work, I need to find a way to calm her down. Quickenel said, you think you can use your shadow energy release? How unfortunate, Murican. You don't know how weak you've become. You are very much mistaken if you think you are the same as before. Murican said, stop, let's leave it at this, for old time's sake. Quickenel got even more angry and said, old time's sake, if I think about old times, I won't want to stop at you tripping you apart. Murican bit on Quickenel's wing and said, calm down. Why are you going this far when all we did was break up? Quickenel replied, just break up. This is exactly why you are getting beat up. Jin took the opportunity to jump to Quickenel. Jin thought, an outer skin that's tough for even Murican to bite through. It'll be hard for me to make a dent in it. However, with a little opening in what's left of Murican's shadow energy, Jin cast shadow energy release and cut off Quickenel's right arm and wing. Murican hold Jin and said, seems like you are out of energy, but good job. Now, let's just hope she's calmed down a bit. Jin questioned, what are you talking about? That was not enough. Murican said, well, a normal dragon would have died. However, Quickenel is different. Dragons who can manipulate time don't die easily. Jin said, we might end up going missing before we can even find the missing dragon. Jin asked, did she rewinding time? Murican said, that's the reason why authority and magic are separated, but don't worry too much. Although it's a scam, it consumes a lot of power too, but just in case, don't move an inch. Murican questioned Quickenel, have you calmed down a little? I did not know you still had feelings to the point where you went crazy. Did not we break up on good terms? Quickenel said, you dumped me one-sidedly, with no room to talk. Is that what you call breaking up on good terms? Murican explained, you get angry when I talk about breaking up. To be blunt, I did not cheat, and it was just because our personalities did not match. Jin wonders, this is a conversation between dragons who've lived for thousands of years. Murican said, whatever. I did not come here to fight. I came to ask you something. Quickenel said, wait, before that human, is he perhaps Sadare's contractor? Murican said, that's not what's important right now. One of our people is in grave danger right now. Quickenel replied, one of us? You are despicable. You've killed so many dragons. What are you saying now? You are kidding me. Murican said, yes, and among them was the enemy of your older brother. For your revenge for someone who I had no connection to, I killed him. Whatever, it's my fault for wanting to ask you. I could have asked another dragon. Quickenel said, wait a second. Shit, when I see you, I always become emotional. Just ask me and I apologize for what I just said. Murican said, recently, one of Osmill's guardian dragons went missing. Quickenel asked, missing? Are you referring to Tikan's Latrie? Murican said, yeah, there was a name like that. Quickenel said, it's strange. That child was taken by Valletta not long ago. Jin thought, Valletta? Wind Dragon Valletta, one of Melzir, the god of wind's dependence and the guardian dragon of the vice-head of the Zippel family, Andre. Then does that mean it's the Zippel family again? Quickenel said, I am certain that they said they would teach Latrie the dragon language magic. I think we should move locations. If we go back a little, we can avoid the trap and go into Bement. Let's go, I will guide you to my house. Location: a forest on the outskirts of Bement's capital. Jin said, I was not able to introduce myself before. I am Sadare's contractor. Quickenel said, I know. You are Timar's descendant, right? And you are the youngest son? Jin Runkendel. Murican curious and asked, how do you know? Quickenel replied, how could I not know when he's giving off the same energy as Timar? The three of us were together often 1,000 years ago. I guessed he was the youngest. The Guardian's reaction was quite good. Anyway, let's get to the main topic. Valletta took Latrie a year ago. Murican said, so you are saying that they coaxed her by saying they would teach her dragon language magic, right? This does not sound good. Quickenel said, but it might be true. Murican said the current contractor of Osmil is too young to control the authority. Quickenel said, what? Then would not it be dangerous if their guardian dragon is not by their side? Murican said, that's right. Voletta should know that too. Quickenel said, as expected, do they have a different motive? When Voletta took Latrie, she stopped by Bement. She said she would introduce Latrie to me, but she kept obsessing over my contractor and asked me to agree to meet with her without a reason just once. I had no choice since my contractor's identity was already revealed. Since there are many people who are close with the Zippel and Bement's upper class, if I acted based on my temper, I would not have let my contractor stay here any longer. Jin said, you said that your contractor's identity was revealed, but Osmil's contractor has not been revealed, right? It's suspicious how they knew about it and approached Latrie. Murican said, this is really strange. Was contractor detection magic created while I was asleep? Quickenel said, impossible. No one can find out about the contract until the contractor personally manifests the authority. Even if that magic does exist, then how would that be beneficial to them? Jin said they would benefit in two ways. First, they can minimize the dangers and eliminate contractors outside of their territory. And the second is if they kill the contractor, the Zippel family can obtain the opportunity to make a contract with the god. Jin thought, actually, it's not just an opportunity to make a contract. I am sure they have a certain method. In my past life, the god of time, Ulta's contractor, officially appeared at the stone statue. 10 years from now, the contractor was a pure-blooded Zippel. I am certain they can make a contract with the god if they kill their contractor, and that's the reason why Julia's guardian dragon was kidnapped. Since I did not hear anything about the Princess of Tikan in my past life, Quickenel said, it seems like there is a lot of speculation about Sadare's contractor. I can't accept it. They already have so many contractors, so why? Are not you being ridiculously suspicious because it's the enemy? Jin said, Miss Quickenel, you are telling lies that even you yourself don't believe. I am not sure what it's like for dragons, but a human's greed has no end. Even if they reach the peak, they won't be satisfied, and will desire things above that. They are also people who have been in reign for thousands of years. Whatever they do, it's not strange. I am certain that the chiefs are planning something. I am not sure why you are pretending not to know. Perhaps are you afraid of the Zippel family? Murican said, wait, Quickenel, we all know about the Zippel family's greed. On top of that, I hate to admit it, but it's true that they are skilled people. Nothing bad comes from being careful, right? I won't ask for your help. So leave Bemet. Quickenel laughed hardly and told Murican, you've changed a lot. To think you read the room. Okay, I will have my contractor flee first and I will help you. I need to see Voletta and find out the truth. If what the two of you are saying is true, they are probably looking for an opportunity right now. If I call, they will probably come flying right now. On top of that, I have a duty to Temar, since one of his descendants is here. It's making me think of the old days, even provoking me on purpose. Even your cockiness resembles him. Anyway, I will call Voletta, and after that, suddenly, Enya said, I am back, and asked, will read these people? Quickenel replied, I told you not to come outside. No, actually this is better. I will introduce her to you. This is Enya, the contractor of the god of time Ulta. Enya, this is my old friend and the contractor he's protecting, Jin Runkendel. Enya excited said, is it really Jin Runkendel? Oh my god, young Master Jin's right in front of me. I am sorry, personally seeing you who I've seen in the new papers. I lost my mind for a bit. Although it's late, my name's Enya. I am a commoner, but I am attending the academy as a scholarship student. Jin thought, a commoner? I know Ulta values the bloodlines of its contractors. Does that mean she's that talented? Jin said, there's no need to be sorry, Enya. No need to be ashamed of an enthusiastic welcome. Enya said, then can I do more? Quickenel interrupted and said, no. More importantly, I told you to not leave the house until said so, did not I? Enya said, it was depressing just staying at home. So I thought I'd feel better if I saw you, Quickenel. But all of a sudden, young Master Jin was in front of my eyes. As expected, I made the right choice to come and see you. Jin thought, a commoner and an academy scholarship student. The Bemet nobility. Without me seeing it personally, I can imagine just how much they bully Enya. This is why I have not associated with those academy bastards even since my previous life, those clumsy bastards. Enya said before that. Quickenel, why is young Master Jin here? Jin said, the reason I am here is Miss Enya. There's a possibility that someone's after you, the contractor of Ulta, so will you come with me? I will protect Miss Enya. Enya excited said, you are taking me. All my prayers to Ulta have been answered. Finally, Quickenel said stop now. Enya said I will go, please take me with you. Praise Ulta, praise the god of time. Quickenel knocked her out and said I was worried she would not want to go. Seems I worried for nothing. Seeing her like this, if it were you, she'd follow you to the Runkendel's basement prison. Jin said basement prison? Our family does not have anything like that. Quickenel replied there's no need for you to pretend, since there's a dragon there. Jin said what are you talking about? But Murican snoring interrupted. Quickenel said he could not even wait. Jin Runkendel the reason said I would help you. There are other reasons like maintaining my loyalty to Temar and Anya's safety, but the biggest reason is that guy who's fallen asleep from exhaustion. He does not know how weak he's gotten. I did bite my tongue. But he can't go up against Valletta. So if we need to fight Valletta, I will fight her. Jin asked is Valletta that strong? Quickenel said she is, but he's gotten so weak. My attack at sea would have been a joke to the Murican 1,000 years ago. Now that I think about it, you both need a place to stay until Valletta comes, right? What do you think about staying at my place? If you are not opposed to it, but you need to convince that dragon. I am certain he's going to create a fuss because it's his ex-girlfriend's house. Jin thought the silver dragon Quickenel compared to my first impression of her, she's quite thoughtful. Jin replied yes I will. Quickenel said it's about time then. Jin said is there something else? Quickenel said 10 seconds from now, and you will wake up. Then with careful wording please explain the current situation to Anya. Jin said pardon, did not you just hit her really hard? Even a trained marital artist would not wake up that quickly. Quickenel said in this world, there are things that go beyond common sense and reasoning. With that I will leave this to you. Soon. Anya said so there's a force after Tikan's contractor, and you are saying I might be their next target? I will trust you, since it's you. A scheme and adventure surrounding a child and a girl and on top of that dragons and young Master Jin. It's quite romantic. Jin said I guess you could see it that way. Anya said thinking positively is better, so I should prepare myself to leave my family and Tikan. When will be leaving? Jin said the sooner the better. Anya said I can be ready by tomorrow. The only family I have is a 7-year-old younger brother and old dog called Poopy. Jin said sounds good, we will start moving. Quickenel said head back and start preparing. After Anya left, Quickenel said I can just tell the academy that Anya's sick right? Jin said yes if you say she's dropping out, they will investigate. Quickenel said okay now, we just need to worry about Valletta. Suddenly, someone knocked the door and asked is anyone home? I am here to get some firewood. Quickenel said firewood? What a strange human being. There are so many trees outside. Jin said please wait, do you really think they came to get firewood? Jin said the person outside is most likely someone from Men's Special Affairs Division. Quickenel questioned why are they here? Jin replied because of Enya, they will keep watching this place from now on. And they also want to confirm the outsiders that you brought with you. Quickenel said me, how dare they? Quickenel immediately lifted him up and said tell me the truth. Are you from Men's Special Affairs Division? Who sent you here? Then someone inside the room said I did. Can you please release your grip? If you kill him, another officer from the Special Affairs Division will come right away. Quickenel said so you are the commander and immediately launched an attack. But then the commander said if it's this did you get to blow off some steam? Jin thought to think he'd be fine after taking that hit head on. He's not just an ordinary person from the Men's Special Affairs Division, the red mask that only the group leaders within Men's Special Affairs Division can wear, and he's a curved sword user. There's only one person who fits all these categories. The Emperor's right-hand man. Men's Special Affairs Division Group 3's leader codename Roz, a person who's referred to as being good at the sword in Runkendel. Somon who's undoubtedly powerful. He's at least an 8-star just by how his energy feels. I'm glad I covered my face with Malta's rune. Quickenel said you are pretty good for a human. Roz said I am sorry if I offended you. We had no choice but to do this to confirm the identity of your guest who smuggled themselves in. Since we've confirmed them I will now head back. Quickenel said you are merely saying sorry when you invaded my space so rudely? There's a certain extent of how arrogant a person can be. Roz said Miss Enya left this house quickly just now. Don't you think it's very dangerous for her to be going out so late at night alone? If we fight here right now, you can suppress me but you can't help Miss Enya if something happens to her in such a short time. Even still would you like to continue? If not I will just pass. Quickenel said don't forget next time you will have to put something you treasure on the line. All the things you've protected with your life. You need to prepare yourself to lose everything because of what you've done today. Afterward, Roz said I confirmed the appearance of the smugglers. Go back and find out their identities and for time being, all observation on the silver dragon will be paused. The warrior said, but leader, should not we keep watch on the movement Quickenel and the smugglers? Rax said, if we prove the silver dragon even more, that will be worse. I will take responsibility. So pull out. Rax thought, I definitely think they are up to something. Rax said, you will all be in danger. Stop close range watch until there are any peculiar movements. Back to Quickenel. She said, I am the idiot for leaving Anya in this wretched town. If you and Murican did not come here, I can easily think of what would have happened. Jin said, it's a relief we were able to avoid it for now. Let's make Miss Enya's care our first priority. Quickenel said, we need to move tomorrow. The next morning, Jin said, it's a relief to know there was a merchant ship heading to Tikan. Don't worry, I gave the captain a lot of money, he won't neglect Enya. On top of that, Murican is her escort, so you don't need to worry. Quickenel said, that's what I am worried about. Then I am going to contact Valletta right away. You will be able to meet her as soon as Murican comes back. Quickenel said, about that I forgot to tell you. A week later, Jin told Murican, good work. Murican said, is a lot more bitter than I expected. The two of us made this house when we were together in the past. I know why she's making us stay here. Jin asked, is your cold heart warming up? Murican replied, don't say something so ridiculous. Reviving old feelings is a hard thing to do. They are only memories. 1,000 years ago, in a house that looked exactly like this, were the good old days together with Temar and Quickenel. No matter what we did back then, it was fun, right? Suddenly, Murican felt headache when he recalled back Temar. Quickenel said, how pitiful, you are already tired from a little flying. Murican said, be quiet, no matter how weak I become, I would not get tired just from that. Quickenel said, hurry up and get it together. Valletta's reply came, it will be tomorrow night. The location is a deserted island off the south coast of Bamet. Back to earlier, Murican questioned, what are you going to do when you meet Valletta tomorrow? Quickenel said, I will tell her the reason I called her here is to learn the whereabouts of Osmill's guardian dragon Latri, and if he plays innocent the first will beat her up. Murican said, how refreshing, not bad if it were my kid. He just avoid a tedious situation like this. Since you don't have Enya with you, you can do whatever you please. Quickenel said, no, don't do anything Murican. Quickenel said, I'm going to fight alone, I don't need you. Murican madly said, hey, no matter how weak I become I don't want sympathy from my ex. Quickenel replied, who said it was sympathy? Stop talking nonsense. This is to do with Enya and the other party is serious about Dragon's honor. That means he's definitely going to come alone. Do you think I will lose to someone like that? Don't worry and just take it easy. Jin thought, to be honest, I don't think they will be coming alone. If they really did kidnap Latri and are planning on suspiciously creating a contract, they will probably come fully prepared. Soon, the old man said, what an honor this is, to think I'd meet the silver dragon of time. Quickenel, it's a pleasure to meet you. The winged dragon Zippel's vice head and Melzier's contractor. I am Andre Zippel. Quickenel yelled, Valletta, I thought you said you'd come by yourself. Valletta said, when I received your letter, I was with Andre. As much as I was interested in the story about Ulta's contractor, Andre also seemed very interested, so I would like to ask for your understanding. Silver Dragon. Quickenel said, you've been very rude recently. Valletta replied, if I've made a strong impression, then let's get to the main topic of discussion. I have something to discuss regarding Ulta's contract. Quickenel said, Latri, where is Latri right now? Valletta laughed and said, goodness, I've been fooled. Of course that's what you've been thinking of this entire time. Quickenel said, answer my question. You took Latri away 1 year ago, right? Since then Osmill's contractor has not been able to find his guardian dragon. Valletta said, let me see, I don't know what answer will satisfy you. Latri is doing well. Quickenel, I don't know what relationship you have with Osmill's contractor, but it is not a good idea to concern yourself with the matters of Zippel. Quickenel said, you've real gone mad. You really kidnapped a young dragon who was clueless of the ways of the world. Valletta said, I see there will be no end to this. Let me make you an offer. Hand over the contract. In return I will let you live. Quickenel said, what nonsense. You are nothing but an old lizard. Valletta launched 2 tornadoes towards Quickenel. Then Quickenel transformed to dragon and said, I also have an offer for you. Return Latri to me this instant and I will let you go painlessly. Andre Zippel said, I see you brushed off Valletta's attacks quite easily. For the first time in a long while I can give it my all. Main unleashed. Jin thought, a 9-star mage's mana, this is my first time seeing it since my rebirth. Andre Zippel, while he was turned away by the Runkendel family, he is a member of the wealthy Zippel family. We will have to wait and see where his level is at. Andre said, group up silver dragons of time. Quickenel thought, I need to dodge that? Wait, it can't fly? Valletta said, it seems like the wind has turned its back on you. Unfortunately, all the wind on this island belongs to me. I am the King Meliar, the god of wind. No one can fly without my permission. You were never my rival. Quickenel said, these idiots, is that the best they can do? Andre said, I will show you how it's truly done. You did not think that I could only control the wind, did you? Die Silver Dragon. Raging Thunder. Jin told Murican to help. Murican said, no, not yet, kiddo. It's true that Quickenel became complacent, but those fools were overconfident too. Jin realized the time stopped. Andre said the power to control time, and even stop magic. It's been a long time since this old geyser has seen such a sight. Quickenel said, today I will rip it apart, that bickering mouth of yours. Andre said, you've gotten awfully angry after just one spell. Voletta, hurry on with the next attack. Hurry up and move, Voletta. Voletta thought, my body won't move. Is this the power of time control? Quickenel grabbed Voletta, throw him to the bottom, followed by bite attack. Quickenel said, how dare you go ahead and keep blabbering, you lowly lizard bastard. Quickenel said, shut up and just watch, mage. It will be your turn. Next. Quickenel thought, we took care of Voletta, but I used too much of my authority. I need Jin and Murican's help to take care of the mage. Andre said, you went too far. Such arrogance only befits the strong. Murican noticed it was an origin stone. No way, it should have been destroyed already. How does he have that? Andre said, you were born as the Silver Dragon of Time and lived as though you were the strongest. But you are mistaken. Humans, dragons, and even God, in the end everything will fall into the hands of the Zippel family. Stop denying it and accept it. The origin stone. When danger fell upon the world, the gods made it as a safety measure in order to prevent the end of the world. In the end, the stone that held the power of all the gods was destroyed by the gods, because the stone was so powerful that it could destroy the world instead. Murican thought, why is an object that should have been destroyed in the mage's hands? Andre said, that's where you should be, Silver Dragon, where the weak should be in the face of the strong. Murican transformed and said, get away from Quickenel, mage. Andre said, a black dragon? There are only 2 black dragons left in this world. Look at you. You are Runkendel's Murican. Did you wake up from your 1,000-year slumber? Then that means the boy next to you is your contractor. You are the youngest one, the one who left the house not too long ago. Jin Runkendel / I came here with plans to take Ulta's contractor, but my meal has gotten bigger. Now, to be fair, I will wake up my friend who is sleeping. I should not have saved my energy in the first place. I am sorry, my old friend. Voletta said, I thought you were really dead. It's been a while. Murican said, get lost, you corpse. Voletta said, although you've gotten weaker, your words are still as harsh. Back to sleep. Murican dodged the wind attack and cast a punch. Voletta simply blocked it and said, I'd have been dispirited if you were too weak. Be happy. I'm going to be recorded as the one who killed a legend. Andre said, shall we continue fighting too? I was going to go easy on you. But now that you've seen this face, I need to kill you. That's right, you are also here. Jin Runkendel. Having a child interfering in this won't change anything. But then, Jin's surprise attack, / on Andre. Murican remind Jin to dodge. Voletta's tail hit on Jin, followed by wind magic and the origin stone attack to Jin together. Jin broke the petons. Luna said, you have not contacted me even once, but it seems like you have a tough situation on your hands. Our youngest. Andre thought, she's the white whale. Luna said, the Zippel family's vice head and the wind dragon. Yeah, that should be enough to call your sister. Youngest, you did well holding up against these people. Are you injured? Jin said, I was barely hanging in there. Thank you for coming. Luna said, Andre Zippel, are you going to continue to act like a mute? I would like you to explain why you are involved with my younger brother. Jin thought, our opponents are the vice head of the Zippel family and a wind dragon who is revived with an artifact with a god's power. They are going to be hard to handle, even for my sister. Now that I am certain, this fight is over. Murican said, kid, let's stand back. I am sorry I could not block him because he controlled the wind. Anyways, you have good sister. Kid, if she had arrived a little later, you would have been done for. Thanks to her, you are alive. Andre said, this is really an unexpected change, white whale, to think you would come here. But with that, I've confirmed that the Runkendel family has broken the oath with the Zippel family. Luna, Runkendel, you brother used magic. The Zippel family won't overlook this. Luna replied, I see. However, don't worry, since you won't be able to tell your family the news. Andre madly said, how dare an insignificant girl. You dare act out when you don't know your place. Luna / attack and said, all the Zippel members I've met were all talk. As expected, the vice head is no different. Voletta stand in front of Andre, defended the attacks from Luna. Luna said, is the dragon going to continue to stay in its original form? That's good, since it means I have a big area to slice. Violetta turned into human form and formed a wind spear. Luna thought that power was not magic. It's similar to authority, but it's also similar to the demon family's energy and the reason why the wind dragon's going all out. Luna said, it seems like in order to use that artifact properly you need time. So the Zippel family's vice head and the wind dragon need to rely on such a pathetic tool. Do you both seriously think that a measly thing like that can save you? Luna blocked down all the attack and returned with a kick on Violetta. Luna said, in the end that's your limit. Since you don't have anything else to show me, I will finish this quickly. Runkendel third finishing move. Meteor shower. Back to earlier, Zed told Jin, if I were to summarize our family's sword technique in one word, it would be domination. It's destructive and ruthless. Fighting, obtaining, possessing. Our Runkendel's mentality is contained within the sword. That's why there's no method. It does not exist for the sword of Runkendel. The only things we have in order to kill our opponents are the secret technique and the finishing move.